merriness that the plaza has to offer. Listen and tune in as we spotlight the shops of Lane Plaza, hearing what they have to offer this festive season. Jamaica, stop by and engage with Triple X and Karen Booker. Let your friends and family hear you on the Plaza-wide broadcast. That's a live broadcast during the Sound Off from 1 to 3 p.m. at Lane Plaza on Thursday, December 21. Only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by Digicel Plus Size Collection, Digicel Decor, A1 Lock Lab and Stationery Supplies Limited, Statement Pieces by Chris, Shay's Wellness Spot, and Kerry K.
You're inside the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. It is Thursday, December 21, 2023. We are alive and well, and for that we give God thanks. It is one day. We have one day left before the end of the working year. It's been what a year it has been, but we're almost there. Sorry to those, I keep saying, because I'm thinking about my work, but I forget those who really don't stop working throughout the holidays. Pardon me, I'm so sorry. But for the others who usually get a break around this time, we have one more day left. Some people won't be going to work tomorrow, but we're here. And we are alive and well, and we're able to work. And so we must give thanks for that. Good morning to you if you're listening on the 90 FM band, 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9. Thank you so much for joining us on your radio. If you're listening and watching on our YouTube channel, good morning to you. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers on this channel. Nationwide 90 FM live. If you're not already on that channel, you can head on over. Search in the YouTube search bar, Nationwide 90 FM live, no space, no capital letter, and you should see the channel come up. We're live on the channel, so that's the first or second video you should see. And join us over here. Click the subscribe button while you're there and the notification bell so that you will be notified whenever we go live on this channel. This is our backup channel. We are working to get back on our main page very soon. Good morning to you. Let's see who's over there. Cheryl Hamilton, Donna Johnson, Tony Bailey, Kamala Bennett, Veronica Graham, Marvelous Marvin. Good morning to all of you. Errol Townsend, good morning to you as well. Thank you so much for making it an amazing year. Thank you so much for sticking with us throughout the year on the YouTube platform. If you're listening from our mobile app, which is available for free on the Google Play and the Apple App Store, morning to you as well. And those over on the website, the Listen Now option there, good morning to you. Clash Camp, good morning to you. Good morning. Clash Camp says, good morning, Nora GB, NNN Team, Consumer Hour family. Big up to all those who are Team Consumer Hour from day one. Those who don't switch, those who are true Consumer Hour supporters, big up on yourself. We really love that. Michelle, who did this? I'm not feeling it, And every time I look at the screen and look behind me, I just want to pull it down. I'm not feeling it at all. I mean, Ricardo did a very poor job initially at decorating the tree, and we stuck with it. But did he do this as well? Oh, you guys did art and craft this morning. Oh, okay. That's why I'm seeing those little trees right there. So this is a part of the craft. Wow. All right. Since it's all right, I'll allow it. We only have so many more days here, so we'll let it stay. But man, I don't know. All right. Good job, Saeed and Antona with the craft. Good job, guys. All right. This morning, we'll be taking your calls. The phone lines are open. We are almost to the end. This is the penultimate show. Chris is already on the line. Good morning, Chris.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning to you, Miss Banton. Compliments of the season to you and your family.
And same to you, my good sir.
To Mrs. Sidney.
Yes, Michelle.
Season to her and her family also.
Yes.
Thanks to Nationwide family, Lady Tana Thomas, and Miss Powell, and everybody. You know, I want to say best wishes for the holidays.
Indeed. Thanks so much.
No, I just want to tell you that you're special. You guys are, Father bless you guys for the holidays and all. When 2024 coming, it will be a better year of release for each one of us.
Yes, yes.
You know? So, whole lot of blessings, Miss Banton.
All right. Thank you so much. And same to you.
Yes.
I wish for you all the
Before
best.
I go,
Okay, go ahead.
Miss Banton, I want to say something to the public.
Go ahead.
I know many of us out there looking forward to go to the parties in the coming. But remember, when you're leaving the party, I will hear the sound selector saying, X, Y, Z is blocking X, Y, Z. Before you make that move, you need to follow you.
Yes.
And that's how you can rob you now and take away your vehicle.
Yes, I saw a post regarding that new scheme by criminals who go to parties and try to tell somebody they're blocking, and when you go out to your vehicle, you find out that they're really there to rob you. And before you go, think about if you could really be blocking, because some of us park in spaces that you can't really be blocking. So no matter go out there if you're not really blocking. And if you think you are blocking, then have somebody accompany you.
You know, you alone don't walk to the vehicle.
Yes, yes.
And that's the trick right now.
Yes.
And you're going to the Western Union, MoneyGram or whatever. But I put it back there, sign. One with something can put on their arm.
Yeah.
And you give them opportunity to go. You know?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
You're right.
Bless again, my sister.
Good tips for the season. And is this Chris the singer?
Yeah.
So give me a Christmas song before you go in, Chris. Oh you say so? Give me a song, man, before you go in, man.
Whoa, Christmas song. I try to remember one of my own.
Oliver Jingle Bells.
Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Jamaica and a Happy New Year. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. Happy New Year. All the best.
All right. Big up yourself, Chris. And I hope there are some bookings coming for you in 2024. All right?
Pray for me, you know?
Yes, indeed. All right. Big up yourself, Chris. Yeah, man. Take care. Alaric, good morning.
Good morning, Nora.
Good morning, Alaric. I'm good. How are you?
I am good. And before I've called for a neighbor who was a JPS issue, but before I do get you with that, I'm wishing you guys at the station everything that is good for next year. And your program has been a blessing to a lot of us out here, Nora. You have grown in the job, till you have now mastered it, and I congratulate you.
Mastered. Thank you so much for the compliments, Alaric.
Yes. You deserve it, man. You're going like say you don't deserve it.
I appreciate it.
Why you humbly, man?
We have
all right. I have a neighbor, you see. She lives around 4 houses from me.
Right.
She built a house, and the house was wired in August. She's just living there 4 days. She's just sleeping in the house 4 days now. Tuesday when I tried to work on it, she was in it for 2 days. And the first bill that she got from JPS before she moved in was $223,397. She hasn't moved in the house yet, you know. Then she got another bill now for $224,460. She just sleeping there last night, 4 nights, now she moving. Never lived in there since she housewife. And she has been demanded 3 times at GP. And every time they're telling her that they're sending somebody. The only reason she's not talking to her this morning, that Tuesday was her day off, she had to go to work.
Oh, okay.
And so I have all the information, her name, her address, her phone number. This month's bill is $224,460, and she has only slept in the house 4 nights now. So she has been getting bills before she moved in. The first bill that she got now was $223,397.
And there was construction happening, or the house was now done at this point?
The house was done and wired and passed in August.
Oh, boy. JPS.
And like JPS is telling her that she have to pay. I know that she wasn't living there. She lived, what must say, 1, 2, 3. She lived 5 houses away from me.
And she's by herself?
She's by herself. She just moving.
How could one person living in a newly built house, I don't know what kind of appliances she has in there yet, but how could one person just moving into a house rack up a bill of $243,000 in the first
Well, now listen to me again, Miss Banton. She got a bill before she moved in, of $223,397. She never moved in yet.
And you're sure that around the area no chop now go on or nothing like that?
Well, Nora, you would have to talk to her about that, because the bill she get now, she just moved in Sunday, is $224,460. But she had been going to JPS before she moved in 3 times up in Mandeville. She's not getting any response. She gets frustrated, like them I tell her no, so she have to pay the bill and this and that. But no, she see it.
And is it an estimated bill or that's a reading?
What I'm going to do, the bill came on her phone.
Okay.
I have all the information I'm going to give to Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see if you can get somewhere there to me when you come back after the new year. But she's only off on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
She have to go to work. So I told her that she have to take one of the day off when it's not a Tuesday, when you're talking consumer issues and talking JPS.
Mm-hmm.
And come make a talk to her, because our boss must have to give her some time.
Yeah. So
I have her name, her address, her phone number, how much the bill come to. I can give Michelle her number and everything.
And you said the house was wired in August.
August 2023.
The only thing I can think of, Alaric, is that, and I don't know if the construction that is happening, the drill or plug in or whatever, could carry it up to suffer. I don't know. But I don't know, but that's the only thing I can think of, that during the construction period, the electricity that was being used was a lot, but I don't know if it is a lot to reach to 200 and odd thousand. But that's the only thing I can think of right now, why it would be that much. But even after she moved, so she didn't pay any of those?
I didn't ask her, because she wasn't living there. No, she tried to go up to Mandeville to sort it out and 3 different occasions, and to let them know that she didn't even move into the hotel.
All right. So give information, as much information as you have to Michelle, and we'll try to see if we can get her contact information to JPS and they can reach out to explain what is happening.
Okay. Enjoy the holidays.
All right. Yeah, man. You too. Take care.
Okay. Next year.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, man. We're going to take a break now. When we come back, we'll continue taking your calls.
Mosquitoes can spread diseases such as dengue fever. Common symptoms of dengue include fever, severe headache, pain behind the eyes, muscle pain, joint pain, skin rash, nausea, and vomiting. If you feel you have dengue fever, visit your doctor or health center, rest, drink lots of fluids, use only paracetamol for pain. Do not take aspirin or other painkillers. Protect yourself from dengue and other mosquito-borne diseases. A message from the Ministry of Health.
We can light up your world with the rays of the sun, putting pure energy in the palm of your hand.
For over 20 years, Fosrich has been putting a world of energy in your hands. Now we bring you big savings with our line of solar energy products and LED lighting. Financing now available for all your home and commercial retrofit projects. Consult with our in-house staff or certified professional engineers for all your electrical needs. Fosrich Lifestyle. It's electric. Fosrich, your energy world.
Just see those sleigh bells jingling.
Unwrap the gift of relaxation at Totally Male Spa this Christmas. From peppermint perfection to missile head-to-toe magic, we have the perfect spa packages to pamper that special male, all starting at $6,000. Book his appointment early or purchase a gift certificate or e-gift card this season. Visit us at 6 Windsor Avenue, Kingston 5 or hop online totallymalespa.com to purchase an e-gift card from anywhere in the world. Totally Male. Unwrap his relaxation.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton, and we are taking your calls this morning. The numbers to call 876-630-9371-4 or 618-8255. And I see MS in the YouTube chat saying they had to use electricity to build the house, and that's exactly where my mind went to, MS. But I don't know how much electricity drills and those things use to build a house, so I don't know. But it still seems a bit exorbitant. So I encourage her to check that out. I would check it out myself as well. And I see I'm winning right now says if she received 2 bills, it's not only 2 bills that she received. She's been receiving bills from, well, it would have been 2 bills. You're right. For that amount, and work was taking place. Where are the other bills? Well, it was August that the I guess the house was fully wired, and so after JPS would have done all their work, that's when she would have received her bills. So I don't know. That would be on JPS. Wesley, good morning.
Nora.
Good morning. How are you?
I am giving God thanks to know you.
I am good, I am good.
Yeah, man. Before I send shout out to you and your team, let me give my 5 cents on the call. Alric.
Yeah, before.
About the house. Remember, Alric said the house was wired and passed in August.
Right.
That means the house should have, even if it's not fully complete, it never far from being completed.
Mm-hmm.
Even if she had on one next room or something after them pass it.
Yes.
That couldn't send up it to them the money there.
That's what
because should have done most of the hard work.
Already.
Let's say the carpenter working and have to use the saw for cut and different things, all them heavy stuff would have gone through already.
That's what I am thinking. So I don't know what at that point would have been used for the construction of the house for it to bring the bill to $240,000.
Right.
So it seems a bit strange.
And if you have a swimming pool running and different things, it still would not see it.
Yeah, I don't. 200 and that's a lot. That's a lot of electricity.
Right. All right. Now, Nora, back to us now. I just called to wish you and the Nationwide family a wonderful season. And to thank you for not just entertain us alone, because we get some of that a lot, but then to help so many persons to solve their problems. I too can testify of that I call you on several occasions, Nora,
yes,
about issues that I have, and some of them have been resolved. I still don't hear anything, even though both ministers of Labor and Social Security told us that they would get back to me on the matter of the building that no access for wheelchair persons.
Yes.
I still don't hear from any of them, Nora. But I call you about flow.
Yes.
That my telephone always cut off at 29 minutes and some seconds.
Yes.
I don't know if it's because of what you do, but that one has been resolved.
Okay, good.
I'm able to call unlimited now.
Nice.
Not cutting off. So I want to say thanks to you and the Consumer Hour, all right, for really serving the people in 2023.
No problem.
And I know that, Nora, you're going to do greater things in 2024.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Wesley.
So please keep safe, and I thank Chris also for the tips that he gave.
Yes.
You know, to also alert persons. Don't just move because they say you're blocking. Because too many times you hear that for real.
Yes, yes.
And you wonder, how could I be blocking because of Red Park?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good tip.
Yes, yes.
And thanks to everybody, Cleveland, Papa Nana, Alric, everybody. But I'm missing Miss Joyce. You remember Miss Joyce?
I remember, and people keep mentioning her, but I'm not sure what is happening. We may have to see if we have a number for her somewhere written down.
And your caller who used to call Cliff Hughes, you remember him, Ose?
Yes, yes,
I haven't heard
yes.
Ose in a while.
That's true.
And I hope Ose is doing well. All right?
Yes, yes.
God bless you, Mother.
All right. All the best to you, Wesley, for this season. Take care, be safe, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year when it comes.
Thank you very much, Nora.
All right.
Bless
You take
now.
care.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, man. Cleveland, good morning.
Yes, my dear. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Greetings to you and all the other workers there at Nationwide.
Thank you.
I don't want to start calling a name because I get ready one day in a week and start calling some name. And
Oh, jeez.
everywhere I go, people saying, you never remember my name.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Anyhow, Nora.
Yes.
I have been a big problem here.
What's that?
In the house. I don't know what happened. I have no TV, no internet. Then you know the worst thing about it? Everything in a one, so everything closed down.
So, this is Flo, I'm assuming.
Yes, Flo.
All right, yes. But you usually, if your internet goes down, it will take everything with it. Because I think that's how Flo's system.
Yes, and it's the worst plan this I ever have. Because I used to have another one, and if the internet even go, I still could use the house phone. Everything shut down now. No TV. The TV on it, I could watch my TV. That gone.
Yeah. For how long has this been happening?
Well, from yesterday morning, I don't know what happened. Because yesterday morning, so up to 6 o'clock, there was internet.
You call Flo?
The bad thing is that nobody in here with a Flo phone.
No, man. As in, you can use...
And you know, you can't use the Digicel to call them.
Oh, you can't call their customer care from Digicel?
You can't call their customer service.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, all right then.
I'm balling out for help from Flo. Come and let us see what's happening. Because
and it's just
my
you.
next door neighbor don't have any either.
Oh, so it may be the area then.
Yes.
So Red Hills don't have any Flo service. Where exactly are you? What's it?
I'm in Sterling Castle.
Sterling Castle.
Yes.
All right. So
Red Hills is a bigger area, like the post office here, but I'm in Sterling Castle, off Saint Spring Road.
All right. So, Flo, what's happening up in Sterling Castle?
Yeah, man. Let us know what's happening.
Yeah, man.
Let them know what is happening. Or if they don't know.
So I see Kariv appeared saying she's having the same problem, and they said there's a major fiber issue. So maybe the fiber optic cable.
Okay. But then they use up the radio and say something to us, Nora.
Exactly. You see, I always, and even if not the radio, Cleveland, you know these customers who are affected. Send an email, send an SMS. There are so many other ways in which you can communicate with your customers.
I get Flo news on my phone here.
Exactly. So, Flo, Sterling Castle, what's the situation up there with the internet? And you know, with the internet, the cable and everything goes as well.
No, my grandson was just asking me if me not bore.
If you know?
If me not bore.
Why?
Because we don't have nothing to do watch and him can't get to him no show to watch or anything.
Tell your grandson, say you are from an age where internet and them something they never needed for entertain, you know.
Oh, Lord, Laura, man. No, sir. I'm still young at heart, you know.
So wait there, so you're bored Cleveland?
Yes, because, you know, I couldn't watch no news last night. I forget in a bed too early. and you know.
So
and check in with me other people. My daughter send me some data.
Oh.
But then she have to send so much of us data.
Mm-hmm. Want to play some domino, man, and go outside. Play some domino and go outside.
No, so that now go help. No, that now go help.
All right, so we're reaching out to Flo.
I hope it come back. I hope it will come back.
I hope so
too.
I hope so too.
All right.
Yes, all right. Take care, Cleveland.
Yeah, all the best now.
No, man, no problem. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will take more of your calls.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards is...
It's 9:30.
Enough power tool, big to small. Jack and my figure dig the wall. Our total tools. Lead back a figure trim the lawn. We have everything a job demand. Total tools. We rent them, sell them and fix them. Also give Total Tools a call. When they say home improvement, landscape construction, a Total Tools are your option. Home improvement, landscape construction, Total Tools are your option. Total Tools located at 102 Main Street, Ocho Rios and 34 Slibe Road, Kingston. Call or visit us today.
The management and the staff of Hughes Professional Pharmacy, Shop 3 Mutual Security Plaza, Ocho Rios, wants to wish their valued customers a very holy and peaceful holiday season. They thank you for your continued support and look forward to working with you in the years to come. Hughes Professional Pharmacy, your family. Telephone 876-974-7733. Hughes Professional Pharmacy, wishing for you a prosperous new year.
It's time to level up with BH Paints. BH Quantum I-12 technology gives you better colors that last longer. So level up with 20% off our Ultima Plus and up to 50% off other selected paints until December 30th. Then play for chances to win over $1.5 million in prizes with $110,000 grocery vouchers and $103,000 gas vouchers plus our grand prize of $250,000 cash. Level up with BH Paints.
Do you or someone you know have a drug, drinking, or gambling problem? Mental health issues or COVID fatigue? Rise Life Management Services offers treatment, telephone counseling, and information 7 days a week from 8:30 a.m. to 12 midnight. Call us toll-free at 1-888-991-4146 and after 4:30 at 876-967-3779. All information will be treated confidentially. Rise, changing lives for the better.
Good morning to you. You're inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. We are taking your calls this morning. The numbers to call 876-630-9371-4 or 618-8255. William, good morning.
Good morning, Miss B. Compliment for the season.
Thank you, and same to you.
Yeah, also the nationwide crew.
Yes.
And we, all of us, ought to give a thanks over the years what you people help us.
Thank you so much.
Year.
Yes, we appreciate your support.
You know, I can't still come up on the other line, but charge heavy.
Okay.
You know that up till now, Mr. Delano Williams don't send nobody come and check the meter.
Oh, that's the one.
The water meter. Oh. It seems like it's not working good. I get a number from Mr. Cannon, Andrew Cannon yesterday. I call and get him.
Mm-hmm.
He are going to tell me that department is not his department, and he will get to Mr. Williams, but he do not know when.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes Mr. Cannon, this is urgent because you put in a new meter, and it's not working. It's a malfunction. I mean, I don't want when the bill come, me hear that me have leak and me have this and no find excuse to make.
Mm-hmm.
Up till now, no one don't come and change it. This morning, when somebody read it, it a show 1137. So that a show that me 37,000 liters since Monday.
All right. So, William, in the meantime, what I would encourage you to do is pay your usual bill.
No, what happened, you know, the one that they took out,
Mm-hmm.
it read the same, so them have that reading already what I'm supposed to pay upon.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no problem with that.
Right. So that's
And
what
the
I'm
other
saying.
thing-
If nobody comes before the next bill comes and it is higher than usual, pay your usual bill. That's what I'm saying. But once again, go ahead, William.
Oh, myself, for the time, what me do now, me lock it off
Mm-hmm.
and using the tank. But if they don't come by the tank empty, me have to turn it on back to full the tank again.
Mm. Okay.
I don't know. Even when I call the customer service, they say they send off a message to Portmore office to send somebody. No message.
William, I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens when customers call.
Your grandmother.
I don't know what happens when customers call these places and make reports, because it seems as if the message goes nowhere. But you have gotten closer than calling customer service. You've gotten to Mr. Williams himself and Mr. Cannon. Right. So I'll say give them a little time to see if they can send a team. And if not, and the next bill comes, well, you said you turned it off. So if you're still not seeing any change and nobody comes to look at the meter, then I say pay your usual bill and probably just go straight to the OUR.
Okay then. Okay.
All right.
Okay then.
All right. Thank you so much for calling, William, and all the best to you for the season and the new year.
Same to you and the nationwide crew.
All right. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Nora. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm far from bad and nowhere near good.
I wonder why.
Because I called you some time ago and you advised me to pin down JPs on a date. So they told me last Monday the people's going to be in the area, so they would come and check out my meter.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't come. So I called them back to say, what happened? Because you guys didn't send any communication to me, so I want to know.
Yes.
Customer service is telling me that it will take up to 30 days. I said, no, we had an agreement. I spoke to the OUR. You give them the agreement that Monday you'll have come and nothing and no information. So I don't get it. And why the 30 day comes in when they didn't get
No, don't pay that any mind, Richard. They're just reading from a script and just going by the script. Don't pay that any mind. Because what I am saying is, if the person you spoke with previously told you that Monday a team will be in the area and so the team will just pass by and check your meter as well, that should have been logged somewhere in a system connected to your account, so that if another customer service rep gets to you or you get to another customer service rep and they pull up your address or your meter number or whatever, it should be there, and note should be there to say on Monday, whichever day, a team is going to be in this area and they will visit this premises. It should be there. So another customer service rep should not be telling you 30 days, because that's just the script response, frankly.
Yes, because I'm expecting they're not going to send me estimated bill if they don't come and sort out the problem.
And just remind me of what your issue is.
The issue is that they told me that my meter is not working properly. When it comes to read, it is showing 00.
Okay,
So
yes.
Therefore, they send me estimated bill based on the last reading that they had.
And you were receiving estimated bills for how long?
This is the second one I've got.
Okay. You shouldn't get another one. If you get another one, then you should.
But if they don't fix the problem, that means I'm going to get another one.
Well, you should report it to the OUR, and your meter is accessible, correct?
Yes, right at the roadside.
All right, good. I remember the situation now. It is now at a point where we will have to take your information and give it to JPS, because you did your due diligence. You got a date from them, and they did not hold up their end of the bargain. So stay on the line and give the producer Michelle your information. We'll send it to JPS, let them know what is happening, and that they promised to send someone to look at it on Monday, you said?
Yes.
And nobody
Not
came.
this Monday, the previous Monday.
So that would be the 11th.
Yes.
Right. All right. So stay on the line, and we'll give JPS the information. Give them some time also, because everybody's in Christmas mood, and I don't know if they will, even though they should. Give them a little time. All right, Richard.
Yes, but my date that is sent me the bill will be the 27th of each month.
The 27th, so you will receive one soon.
Yes.
All right, and if you receive if nobody calls or reaches out to you, then I suggest you go to the OUR and just let them know what it is, and let them know exactly what you did, what JPS promised, and what the result of that is. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Oh boy, JPS, man, I don't get it. And then these customer service reps with the script response. How can I tell you that you should have promised to send somebody to me on Monday, and then you're gonna tell me it's gonna take 30 days? No, it's not gonna take 30 days. You should have come on Monday. So send somebody tomorrow. What do you mean it's gonna take 30 days? Reading from the script as usual. Miss V, good morning.
Good morning, friends.
How are you?
Not too bad, ma'am.
Good. Enjoying the Christmas breeze and so forth?
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Oh, tell him I want him. Digicel to give a phone.
Pardon?
I win a phone from Digicel.
You win a phone from Digicel?
Yeah, and I can't get the... I don't know how to get it if I don't understand the phone. So, and I cannot walk, and I'm bedridden. So
Hold on.
Yeah.
You win a phone from Digicel when?
Yeah. 3 weeks ago, I must come for it at the office, but I never had no transport to go, and I cannot walk. I have to take a wheelchair, and nobody wasn't here to help me. So
when they call you told them that?
I never get to tell them, but it just come on the phone.
Where on the phone it come?
Come on the cell phone, on my phone.
In a message?
Yes.
I don't think.
I will get a free phone, but I must come to the office and tell my SIM number.
I don't know if that is how Digicel does their winnings. I remember a previous interview on one of our entertainment shows, and they told Triple X and Karen that when they're doing their giveaways, they usually call you from a 618 number, I believe. So did you get a call from anybody?
No, it just come on the phone, a message every day, and message come on the phone. I win this, I win that.
So what else they tell you that you win? What else they tell you that you win?
Say I win something, I win some far, and then tell me I said something, and I did get some money from the phone from Canada and America, and they said, remember, say you have that, and then remember me all kind of 130, 163, 134, and every day me get this number, and I don't understand how to get it. When I call it 100, it's not working for me.
No, man.
When I call one number, they give me, it's updated. So I just don't know what to do.
But you probably need to try to call like the Digicel head office or so forth.
Yes, I want a number, please. I want a number to call them. So I don't have no number. I don't have nobody to do it for me. I don't understand the phone.
All right. Just give me a few seconds. Let me see if I can find a number for you. But I don't believe Digicel does their giveaways like that via text message. So I am almost sure that may not be a legitimate win for you.
Yes, sir, because the company phone all the while.
No.
You will have phone.
Yeah, what do you mean all the while? How often have you gotten this message?
What's every day?
Every day they tell you that you win a phone?
Yes, so why we not come in?
No, but did you enter the competition? You buy Digicel?
I don't enter. I don't. Some people tell us they're going to get a new phone. That's what they say. They say you're going to get a new phone.
No.
Because I've been working on this, and Digicel and me one in this district of Digicel. Everybody have flow. So all the while now, I put my internet on the phone, and so I don't know.
No, this.
But otherwise, them send the message from last day. They send me a message, but I don't understand how to get it. So I don't have nobody to help me for.
No,
so
that's. I know that. Okay,
know.
hold on, Miss V. I know Digicel has a promotion running now,
yes.
But I don't think that is how they inform the winners that they've won, right? So, it may not be Digicel, but I'm gonna give you a number for their head office to call. So try 619-5000.
Pardon me?
619-5000. All right?
5,000.
Right. And please don't act on that message just yet, okay? Are they asking you for any money or anything?
No, they said they must just carry the chip and give it to the person.
Carry the chip where?
To the office.
Which office?
Which office to go.
That's the point, Miss V. There is not enough information in this message for it to be legitimate. I'm very concerned that it may not be a legitimate message. What's the number that it's coming from? Which number does it?
You don't have any number, just a message. Just text. Then just text me on the way, then just.
All right. It may be a scam, Miss V. It may be a scam, and I don't want you to go any further with that message. To find out if you, because and Elon is messaging me now to say, Mr. Parkinson from Digicel just messaged me to say that they don't contact customers. But
you could take Mr. Parkinson for me, please, and then Mr. Swim.
All right. Yes. So the number I gave you, you can call that number and ask to speak with him. Okay. 619-5000 and ask to speak with Mr. Parkinson. Tell them you were a caller on Nationwide and you are asking to speak with Mr. Parkinson because you got a message that you want a phone. All right?
Yes, okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Happy.
Yeah, man. And be careful, all right? I don't know exactly if it's a scam, but it may be that, but just be careful when you get these messages, all right? All right. Sounds like Miss V is gone. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue taking your calls.
Fill all your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is...
It's 9:48.
Outperform, outlast. With top performance. Jackama. Reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electricians. Fancy select tools, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-61124. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
Waiting on your receivables. Waiting to purchase raw material to fulfill your next order. Waiting to get paid for goods already sold. 60 days, 90 days, invoices way past due. What if you could be insured for up to 85% of your domestic and foreign receivables? So that if you don't get paid on time, your biggest priority, your business, will not have to wait. Trade Credit Insurance. Insurance worth having. Credit without waiting. Exim Bank. By helping businesses, we save lives and livelihood.
The management and staff of Tropicool Limited wishes to thank its many customers and friends for their support throughout the year. They wish you a joyous Christmas and a prosperous new year, extending love to all this season, especially those less fortunate. Visit them at 56A Studio One Boulevard Crossroad and have a tropical Christmas.
Jumpstart your fitness goals with Express Fitness. Sign up today and restart your fitness journey at an Express Fitness location near you. Enjoy safe, comfortable, and well-equipped gyms from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Call 554-5180 for a full listing of our open locations. Express Fitness. Express Fitness. Your goal, our mission.
NK Wholesale extends a season's greetings to all their customers who have made their 40 years strong. Continue to make NK Wholesale your place for fine wines, spirits, and groceries. Visit NK Wholesale at 94C Old Hope Road. Email them at nkwholesale@hotmail.com. Call them at 876-978-5723 or WhatsApp them at 876-472-9728. NK Wholesale, more than just another wholesale.
Good morning, good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Nora Gabe Banton. We're taking your calls this morning, and just some more information on that previous call. I'm hearing also from Elon from Digicel that there is actually a promotion where customers who have 2G phones get a free device upgrade. So basically, if you have a banger, Digicel is offering free upgrades for some of those customers. So it may have been that promotion that Miss V got a message about. I am not entirely sure, but we have given the contact number over to Elon, so hopefully we can get it sorted out and find out exactly what the message Miss V got, and hopefully it's not a scam. I hope it's not, and it may be this promotion that Digicel has. All right, Al, good morning.
Good morning, Nora.
Good morning. How are you?
I have a situation with Digicel, and it's been happened to me before, but unfortunately I didn't take drastic actions against them. So let me start with how it started. The small phones that they have, which are called banger phones, I think that's what they're called.
Yes.
I had one from 2018 with the huge SIM that they gave me from when Digicel just started.
Mm-hmm.
So that number I'm telling you about is a senior number.
Mm-hmm.
And I went abroad, came back, and I realized that my credit was taken off. I had over $11,000 worth of credit on the phone. When I called the operator was giving me, when I called 100 actually, they were telling me that all sorts of excuses. My phone credit would have possibly run off because of internet service and all sorts of things. So I went to the headquarters downtown and spoke to one of the customer service personnel, which a supervisor come out to me. They told me that because I was out of the island for a period of time and not much credit was put on the phone, that is why the credit was taken off. When I made mention of all the necessary things and showed them the phone now that, listen, there was no internet, there was no data service, there was nothing to do with anything else more than you guys have took my credit. The last thing the supervisor said to me was that I only can get back $3,000 credit, which was very surprising to me. So as a result, that year I switched to one of my numbers, but I still that number because I had two numbers from Digicel.
Mm-hmm.
That $3,000 has been on the credit from that time up until sometime this month. I had over $2,000 something left on it because the phone is hardly used. It's only when I'm going to make a Digicel call that I use the phone.
Right.
When I don't have any of the other networks credit.
Uh-huh.
I went to top up on the phone, I think 2 days ago or a few days ago, sometime this week, I think. And when I put the credit on, I realized only the credit that I added, which was $100, was on the credit, on the phone. So I said, no, something is wrong. When I checked the phone by dialing *120 number sign and send, what came up was $102 something or $32 something, I think. I said, but this can't be correct. So I put the battery out for a few minutes, put the battery back in, and turned the phone back on. When the phone came back on, it was the same $100 and something credit on the phone. So I said, no, there's something wrong. So I called customer service 100. And I spoke with an individual. Sorry about the noise in the background. I'm actually on the road. Spoke with an individual on customer service, and she asked me several of the similar questions that was asking me at the other office about my data service and if I borrowed any credit from Digicel, which I never did, and other things. And I said, listen, ma'am, this phone is a banger phone with a new SIM that you guys had to put in because you canceled the old one for some reason. And I didn't use the credit on the phone to do anything of the sort because it's not an internet phone. All right? It's just a spare phone for when my Android phones crash, I can have it to use. And after asking me all these questions that our supervisor had instructed her to ask me, finding out that there is no reason for my credit not to be on my phone, the last thing she said to me was, sir, just checking the system to see that you applied for some, I think it was a promotion that they had. I'm saying, ma'am, I've never applied for any. And she's saying that the credit was taking $15 every day, but
$15 every
day, Nora. Hello?
Yes, go ahead quickly because we have to go soon.
$15 every day. I would not have any credit on my phone from whenever. So I said, ma'am, whatever you're telling me right now, I have not applied for any promotion. So please tell your supervisor, whoever she or he is, to return my credit today. Because I'm going to report it this time. And this time I'm not going to allow it to just slide. Digicel has done this before. I allow it to slide. This time I won't. I need back that money that you guys took.
So did you get back the three when they initially told you that you would have gotten back 3,000?
Yes, from 2018 I did get it back.
Okay.
And that's the credit that was been on the phone since.
The $11,000. Okay.
Left from the credit was $2,000 something.
Okay.
So I keep topping up on it now and then.
All right. Well, you can stay on the line and give your information because it sounds as if some strange activity is happening on your phone, and Digicel will investigate what exactly is happening. All right.
All right.
So stay and give your information to Michelle. All right. That is where we are gonna have to leave it for today. Thank you so much for all those who called this morning. We are gonna make way now for Cliff Hughes Online.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
10 o'clock.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock. Like a rock, I was strong as I could be. Like a rock, nothing ever got to me. Like a rock, I was something to see. Like a rock, and I stood arrow straight, unencumbered by the weight of all these hustlers and their schemes. I stood proud, I stood tall, high above it all. I still believed in my dreams.
Morning. Good morning. Let's get to work.
Cliff Says is brought to you by Educom Credit Union, providing value through service.
Cliff Says, what's on his mind? Unfiltered analysis and commentary.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock. Like a rock, I was strong as I could be. Like a rock, nothing ever got to me. Like a rock, I was something to see. Like a rock, and I stood arrow straight, unencumbered by the weight of all these hustlers and their schemes. I stood proud, I stood tall, high above it all. I still believed in my dreams.
Good morning. Good morning. I trust I find you well. It's Thursday, December 21. Yes. And we're well and truly into the season of lights now, Christmas. This morning, and for the rest of the program, we're going to talk to a number of people about the meaning of Christmas and what kind of year they've had. Yeah? It will be our last program for the working year. Yeah, gonna take a break for the Christmas. Monday coming is Christmas. Tuesday is Boxing Day. We'll be back here on Tuesday, the 2nd of January. That's my birthday. Yes. Tuesday the 2nd. And my mother tells me I was born on a Tuesday morning, sometime after 3, having kept her in labor for about 9 hours. Yes. So it will be the day of my actual birth next year. So we're going to have that later. But this morning, never too far from the headlines, the woes of Jamaica. Crime, violence, murder. This morning, the commanding officer for the parish of Hanover, Superintendent Ian Mowat, is calling on the people of Hanover, and in particular Hopewell, who may have witnessed the killing yesterday of the Hopewell High School bursar, Mr. Jermaine Roberts, to come forward with the information. Come forward and tell them what they saw. That's the word this morning from the commanding officer of the Hanover Police Division, Ian Mott. And we want to join that call. If you were in the vicinity of Hopewell yesterday afternoon, when a lone gunman went onto the premises of Hopewell High School and shot Mr. Roberts, killing him as he was about to drive off the compound. The school's principal, Byron Grant, who was on the outside at the time of the shooting, reportedly jumped through a glass window and sustained injuries. Of course, in an effort to escape the attacking gunman. We gather that the principal, Mr. Grant, is in hospital and that the school compound has surveillance cameras which hopefully are working and will be of assistance to the investigators in finding that killer, that murderer. But even so, Superintendent Ian Mott is appealing to anyone who witnessed or is aware of anything at all in relation to the incident to come forward.
I can confirm that the bursar, Mr. Roberts, is deceased as a result of gunshot wounds sustained during the attack. And the investigation is at a very sensitive stage. We use this opportunity to appeal to all the witnesses who may have seen or heard something to speak up, assist the police to bring this investigation to a very speedy conclusion.
Superintendent Ian Mott of the Hanover Police. 35-year-old Jermaine Roberts is the second person to be killed on the school compound of Hopewell High School. In 2010, a 32-year-old New Testament Church of God pastor, Kevin Dixon, was also shot and killed on the compound by a gunman posing as a parent. In that incident, Reverend Dixon had gone to the school to collect his job confirmation letter to take up a teaching post at the institution. You know, only 35 years old, from St. James. And given the Jamaica we live in, you never know. It could be a hit. There was no attempt to rob Mr. Roberts. So one has to wonder, what is the motivation and who contracted this killer to target Mr. Roberts and why? The other bit of news occupying our attention is the the Silvera murder case. The Silvera murder investigation. The Silvera being Mrs. Melissa Silvera, the wife of the former Member of Parliament for Western St. Mary, the PNP's Julian Silvera. Well, based on our reporting, Mr. Silvera was questioned yesterday by detectives probing how his wife was murdered. He was interrogated yesterday afternoon for the second time in relation to the investigation. Despite being interrogated for a second time yesterday by the investigators at MID, that's the Major Investigative Division in Spanish Town Road, all sources are saying Mr. Silvera has not yet been told that he is a suspect in the investigation. So he's been questioned, interrogated for a second time. Yes? But it is all information that he has not been told that he's a suspect in the investigation. We can also tell you it is our understanding that a parallel investigation into how the police bungled the handling of the death of Mrs. Silvera is also well underway. How did they miss that she was actually shot on November 10? How did they miss that? Yeah? Melissa Silvera was only 40 years old. Only 40 years old. And of course it was originally reported that she died in her sleep. 11 minutes after 10 o'clock. As we come towards the end of the year, come January morning, it's going to be a month of electioneering because the local elections are due by February 26. February 26. And the campaign is already underway. They're taking a break for the Christmas season. But they're going to resume in earnest come Monday. Come next week after next. One of the country's leading pollsters, Don Anderson, has been into the field. And he spoke with Tona Thomas and Saeed Bernard this morning. And he said that what he has found is that the two major political parties are in a statistical dead heat going into the local elections of next year. Don Anderson says, when asked how do they intend to vote in the local elections, 23% said they intend to vote for the governing Jamaica Labour Party of Prime Minister Andrew Holness, while 22% said they intend to vote for the opposition People's National Party of opposition leader Mark Golding. Now that is a statistical dead heat. It means that there's very little difference separating the two parties because the margin of error in the poll is 3%. What that means in effect, add or minus 3% to these numbers. Yes? And that will tell you the proximate strength of the two parties. 1% difference is of no significance, and that's why it's called a statistical dead heat. But Anderson also said to Tona and Saeed this morning that his recent poll finding shows that the JLP is maintaining strong support among young voters while the PNP continues to be weak among them, but is maintaining its lead among older Jamaicans.
That what's interesting is that amongst the young persons, this is where the Jamaican Labour Party continues to manifest itself, if you wish. But we also note that an environment from the age perspective where the People's National Party has always performed very well. We're finding a substantial number of Jamaican Labour Party supporters amongst the older group as well. All right? So that there's a kind of evenness across the age profile, age cohort, in terms of the support for the Jamaican Labour Party. Where the People's National Party continues to be fairly weak amongst the young persons 18 to 24, but is strong amongst those in the 55 to 64 age group. So that's a profile of the persons who say they intend to vote for the respective parties. So there's some very interesting dynamics being revealed in terms of the demographic profiles of the voters to each party.
Very interesting dynamics. And for us who observe and follow these things, very instructive. Because what Anderson is saying is that the JLP is now able to maintain support among all the demographic groups, while the PNP continues to be weak among younger voters, and it continues to hold on to the lead among older voters. But even among older voters, the JLP is closing that gap. That's not a good sign for the PNP. And it was Anderson who, earlier this year, found that the PNP were ahead. And of course, you'll recall the PNP pounced on that and said they were surging. Dayton Campbell said they were surging. Well, the surge has come to a halt. They have stopped. They have been halted. So going into the elections next year going to be very interesting. Yeah. We are going into the field come January as well with our blue dot posters. Yes. Time for the break.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose.
Christmas in the air, special time of year when we share with those we hold dear. Friends and family gather round the tree, making memories with rice and gunga peas. Peace and goodwill this season with fellowship and sharing, fun, kindness and love to everyone. Sharing good tidings along with Christmas pudding. Merry, 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 merry Christmas from Multi-Link.
This Christmas, give your family the gift of relaxation with the Singer Family Getaway. Shop from November 23 to December 31 and spend $20,000 before GCT to get a chance to win your family a 4-day, 3-night stay at a luxurious, all-inclusive hotel. Get the best brands of appliances and electronics, plus the best quality furniture, and make it the best Christmas ever with Singer. $650,000 in prizes to be won. So shop now for more chances to win. Conditions apply. See the website for details. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
Do you or someone you know have a drug, drinking, or gambling problem? Mental health issues or COVID fatigue? Rise Life Management Services offers treatment, telephone counseling, and information 7 days a week from 8:30 a.m. to 12 midnight. Call us toll-free at 1-888-991-4146 and after 4:30 at 876-967-3779. All information will be treated confidentially. Rise, changing lives for the better.
Recycling Partners of Jamaica. Yeah, we got to make a change, and we have to do it now, can't wait for later. We put plastic in its place, and we all can agree that will be safer than in the gullies and in the drains. Recycling Partners of Jamaica. We put plastic in its place, yeah, the place of the clean. PET, the top of the ethylene. HDPE, buckle up, get screen. Baby to granny, everybody roping. Yeah, we got to go green, you know what I mean. See the sign from the bin, if you drop it in. Through car window, you flick, that's another thing. And we don't want no garbage in this game. No, we are the little bug, them are not the same. So listen up, Jamaica, I'm saying it's time to make a change. Recycling partners of Jamaica, we put plastic in its place, and we all can agree that will be safer than in the gullies in the heavy rains. Recycling partners of Jamaica, we put plastic in its place.
Cliff Hughes Online. Talk radio for all Jamaicans.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright.
19 minutes after 10 o'clock. The Gleaner is also publishing the Don Anders Pose. And there's a story on its front page this morning. Headline: Jamaicans focused on accountability and transparency. By Sushana Small, a staff reporter. And if you read that story, the story is misleading. Misleading. Poorly written. The first sentence in the story, the headline, Jamaicans focused on accountability and transparency. But the findings, the actual data, do not support that headline, nor the first lead sentence in the story. Listen to this. Jamaicans are likely to vote for the political party that showcases accountability and transparency in its activities in the next general election, the latest national survey has revealed. Jamaicans are likely to vote for the political party that showcases accountability and transparency in its activities in the next general elections, the latest national survey has revealed. But the findings of the survey do not support that. What are the findings of the survey? 12% of the respondents, 12% of the respondents cited accountability and transparency, yes, as key for them deciding who to vote for. 12% of 1,015. But according to the same story, when you read it, it featured third among the factors guiding the vote of the respondents. You hear that? 22%, and I'm still quoting from the story, 22% of respondents, or 223 persons, say they would vote for the party that creates more job opportunities. 22%. They would vote for the party that creates more job opportunities, while 13% said their vote would go to the party that develops infrastructure such as roads, water, and light. So how you can lead with a headline that says Jamaicans are focused on accountability and transparency when your own numbers tell you that ranks third at 12%, while 22% said their guide would be the party that creates more jobs, and another 13% say the party that develops infrastructure such as roads, water, and light. Who is editing the Gleaner? Who is editing this? And it gets worse. 14% of respondents said nothing could be done to get them to vote in the next general elections. But you choose to mislead your readers. The Gleaner is a national paper of repute, you know. You can't do that on your front page. No, man. Don't do that. 24 minutes after 10 o'clock. The MP for South St. Catherine, the PNP's Fitz Jackson. You know, say whatever you want about Fitz Jackson, but Fitz Jackson is not a silent backbencher who is just going to sit down and warm the bench and pound the bench in support of his front bench. Well, he's been a consistent campaigner for bank fees to be reduced. Now, he's threatening legal action if the Holness administration proceeds with plans to alter constituency boundaries in a bid to make Portmore the country's 15th parish. Jackson is the MP for South St. Catherine, which includes a part of Portmore, and he has been raising concerns over what he sees as the irregular approach being taken by the government to upgrade the municipality. He's described the move as gerrymandering. And, you know, Mr. Jackson raises a point which I think we have been trying to get some clarity on without success. This business of changing parliamentary constituency and divisional boundaries was very contentious in Jamaica, you know, very contentious, where the political parties in power would fiddle with the boundaries based on the historic voting pattern to take advantage, to give themselves a political advantage. And that was removed from the politicians and vested in the Electoral Advisory Committee, now the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, one of the great success stories of independent Jamaica. So we are into a system now where nobody can cry foul anymore in terms of constituency boundaries. What is not clear is whether that power extends to the boundaries for parishes. And I know our news center has been trying to find out, where does that power reside? Is it with the electoral office, as in the Electoral Commission, or with some minister? Where does it reside? Because there's a distinction here. The dispute over whether to make Portmore 15th parish is not about the drawing of constituency boundaries, although those will be impacted. And the real story here, you know, and they won't say it. I see everybody kind of trying to dance around it. If you make Portmore the 15th parish, and depending on the boundaries you draw for the new parish, the JLP may gain a political advantage. And I suspect that is what is concentrating Mr. Jackson's mind, because he is now MP in an increasingly vulnerable PNP seat. He has seen his majority dwindle over the last 3 elections, from what was a safe seat to what is now in effect a marginal seat. But the fundamental principle here, we must not go back to the practice, the bad old days, when it was the green people or the orange people in government who decide how they're going to draw the boundaries, not according to the well-established principles of where people live, the facilities that are shared, yes, natural borders, such as main roads or rivers or whatever, and we got all kinds of contorted shapes and sizes because it would suit the governing party. And we took that away, and it is no longer a contested part of the governance of elections in Jamaica. And I hope we're not going back there. So on Tuesday, the Prime Minister shot back at Mr. Jackson, noting that his utterances on the issue were dramatic. But Mr. Jackson says he has only been speaking facts.
I refer to a document provided by the government. I didn't make it up. I didn't give an opinion. I only point out the consequence of that action. I only pointed out the process which was being employed and is being employed. And I said elsewhere, and I repeat it here, if they proceed and cause what happened to happen, they will meet me in court.
According to Fitz Jackson, the approach is not in keeping with the established conventions.
What they sought to do is to establish a boundary in a corrupt way. And he did not say what Minister Warmington said was not true. So don't take my word for it either. Listen to what Minister Warmington said, his cabinet colleague, and I took it as speaking on behalf of the cabinet. Ask the Prime Minister to respond to that. Who is setting the boundary? Is it the EOJ or is it the government?
That's a question. We asked an electoral official who did not want to be quoted on the matter, and therefore we can't report him. We would like somebody to answer that question. Yes? We're up on our next break, and after the next break, Television Jamaica had a news story yesterday about an incident over road fixing in southeast Clarendon. And people who saw the story have been drawing it to my attention, and when I listened to it, I was stunned. I'm going to share it with you after the break.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright.
I only have Hanes. Make yourself comfortable in authentic Hanes underwear. Nothing beats the never out of style ultra soft 100% premium cotton Hanes underwear. Hanes Comfort Fit V, crew neck and A shirts, absorbent Hanes socks, Comfort Flex Hanes boxer briefs for men, and stylish itch-free Hanes underwear for women and kids. Make yourself comfortable this holiday season, inside, out, and underneath with Hanes underwear for that cool all-day comfort everyone deserves.
I only have Hanes for you.
Woman, you look like the motor in this done. Can I go at Total Tools? Let me repair for you fast. The watch them there.
Them the right in the town too. Right down a Slipe Road.
You have to go check them now.
Total Tools, we repair any tool. Big or small, we repair them all. Main Street, Ocherius and the Slipe Road, Kingston. Call 876-908-0667 or 876-994-1653. Total Tools.
Harold, do you have a minute? I need your help with something.
What that now?
I'm filling out this form from the company's office and there's a section about beneficial ownership, but I don't even know what that means.
Well, a beneficial owner is anybody that owns or controls a company. That could be anyone, a shareholder, director, or manager of the company. The company's office also needs to know the identity of all these people, including their occupation, nationality, date of birth, current address, and a copy of their ID.
Okay, I think I understand now.
One more thing. Remember, company's office needs this information when you're starting a company, filing annual returns, or making changes to the beneficial owners. They're also going to need you to maintain a record of these persons.
For more information, visit orcjamaica.com and bohubjamaica.com.
Happy holidays from Team Adam and Eve. We invite you to indulge in a relaxing spa atmosphere or gift someone spa pampering this season. Visit us at www.adamandevedayspaja.com for e-certificates or WhatsApp 876-567-2142. Relax, refresh, and respite with us today. We have Christmas packages starting at $8,500. Book a massage, facial, mani-pedi, or hair service at Adam and Eve Day Spa. You deserve it.
Cliff Hughes Online. Talk radio for all Jamaicans.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright.
Yes, so Television Jamaica News last evening published a story about a clash between the Member of Parliament for South East Clarendon, Mr. Pearnel Charles Jr., the Minister of Labour and Social Security, and the Councillor for the Hayes Division, Mr. Cian Barneswell, over some roadwork being done in the Hayes Division of the constituency, Take a listen and watch this if you're on YouTube.
Meanwhile, tension was high this afternoon in the community of Raymonds in Clarendon after the Member of Parliament and the councillor for the area clashed over roadwork being roadwork being done. Anthony Lugg has the details.
You're a former mayor. You're an utter disappointment. An utter disappointment as a former mayor. 20 years you don't do nothing for the people.
A clash of words Wednesday afternoon between Member of Parliament for South East Clarendon Pearnel Charles Jr. and Councillor for the Hayes Division C.N. Barneswell. It all unfolded after men carrying out road repairs in an area known as Raymond's on behalf of Mr. Charles were ordered to stop.
You tell them already, call it a day. You make the sense about it. Just call over for call and they come pick you up. Here?
What I hear happened here today is despicable. And the leader of the People's National Party should be brought in to investigate why you have a councillor bringing men to stop work in an area where he for 20 years has not done the work. 20 years he has been here and more and has not responded to an area which is predominantly PNP. And I have said to the people who have come to me and say we want road that it don't matter to me whether you're voting left or right. I have a responsibility to balance my development. And that's what we're doing here in the Raymonds area of the Hayes Division.
When our news team put the issue to Mr. Barneswell, he argued that as the councillor for the area, he has a responsibility. He argued that the municipal corporation was not notified that road work will be carried out in the area.
Protocol dictates that any work on parochial road, make the parochial or National Work Agency road, permission need to be sought, and none was sought for this one. I'm just saying to the workmen here today that we received no notification, no permission was given, and as such the work cannot continue.
But the work continued under the watchful eyes of the police.
Today is a prime example of the distinction between the old-time politics and the politics that Jamaica needs now.
Anthony Lugg, TVJ News.
Is Mr. Barneswell righted? Is he righted? Well, we have invited Mr. Barneswell. What did he tell you, Nora? You're not? We haven't been able to reach him. Well, Mr. Barneswell, based on that reporting, I find your behavior shocking. Shocking. And I would like to think that there's something else that is not contained in that report. So we'd like to give you the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, our numbers to call us are 876-630-937124 or 618-8255. That's 876-630-937124 or 618-8255, Mr. Barneswell. Because I'd like to hear from you. What was that about? We have been able to get the Member of Parliament, Pearnel Charles Jr. Good morning, Mr. Charles.
Morning to you, Cliff, and all of your listeners.
No. Well, I cannot believe what I saw in that TVJ report last evening. What is missing from the report?
What is missing from the report is the history of behavior of this councillor. And if the report was to really go back to March 2020 when I came to Southeast Clarendon, then it wouldn't be shocking to you. I think it is this station that broke the news in 2020 when I went to Salt River. I mean, I can stand corrected, but I believe it was you that I was speaking to. When I went to Salt River, a community that was predominantly PNP, and I committed to them that I'm going to bring water. And I said I'm going to do it in phases. We're going to put up a tank, then we're going to start the pipeline, then we're going to give you a water network. And it is the same Councillor Barneswell who was caught, I believe, on tape, saying that the man can't go to this place and you can't come. He didn't even want the people to get water. So it is not shocking to me. It is behavior that he has repeated. It is the desperation of an extinct politician who has not performed and has no other way than to use thuggery, than to use, confusion and chaos. That's all he creates. Look at what happened yesterday You're talking about a councillor who has been a mayor. So this is somebody who has been distinguished in his comprehension of how things work. This is a man who went to a space where for years the residents have been crying out. And I must tell you, I chose that space when I have several other areas to fix. Rocky Point Road need to fix. Paulsall need to fix. Chateau need to fix. Roseville need to fix. And on and on. But it is about putting out a balance.
Let me ask you though,
And
Mr.
the municipal corporation, which he claims was not aware, is aware. Because the NAA advises them. So,
So hold on, Mr. Charles. Hold on. Because he's not here to defend himself. Yes? We are trying to see if we can get him. Yes? We're trying to see if we can. But tell me, he speaks about protocols. He says there are protocols that must be followed. Is it that this is a parochial road which should come under the jurisdiction of the municipal corporation and the councillor? What is it?
Mr. Hughes,
yes,
as the Member of Parliament, I fix as many roads as I can. My focus, when I get the allocation that is strictly for main roads, is on the NAA roads. When I get an allocation that will allow me to use to be utilized on other roads, I make it an effort to fix as many roads, whether they are minor, major, parochial, NAA, doesn't matter. Because the people need the road. And the bottom line is that if you are a councillor in a division and you have not fixed the road for 20 years and you see the road fixing, your primary concern is going to be that it should not be fixed unless it is fixed under your allocation, which you do not have?
No, it makes no sense. In fact, it's political. It's political. It's dunce and stupid.
Listen to the clip. Don't take my word, because people will immediately say I am biased. So listen to the clip. You will hear somebody speaking, telling the men, "We know how it is. We don't know people left." That is the councillor. I want Jamaica to be aware that the man speaking in that clip, and when he comes on, you ask him if it is him. Put it to him. He cannot deny it, because he's caught on tape telling people, say them, ESR, they must leave. They must left the work. And I want the residents of the area and Jamaica to understand that this is the kind of archaic, partisan, nonsensical politics that we left a long time ago. I cannot believe that in 2023 I am called from meetings because ladies are being threatened, women are being threatened. And
you mean at the site, at the location yesterday?
At the site. And let me tell you what is disgusting about it. It is in very sophisticated ways. So let me tell you what he did. He came there, parked his car, and stood up and just pointed. So his men, his thugs, went and interfered with the workers.
And when you say interfered with the workers, what did they do?
Interfered with the workers to stop them from doing the work, to the point where the police who were on site had to take one of them in and put them in a truck and lock them and handcuff them. When he comes on the radio, put it to him. Don't take my word. Ask him if it's true. Ask him. Ask him if he wasn't there making comments to women. Ask him. Ask him how long he has been the councillor.
The women were working on the road?
Women who were working and women who were coming out, because the same residents who they call PMP were out there supporting the road work.
Oh.
The same people. And that's the crux of the matter. The crux of this matter is that Mr. Barneswell feels his authority and his control slipping away. But it's not because of me, Mr. Barneswell. It's because you have not taken the time and effort to use your allocations to the benefit of the people. This year, Christmas allocation, councillors received almost double. Matter of fact, I hear
Well, somebody on YouTube just posted this. Pearnel Charles, you're not collaborating with PNP councillors in your constituency.
Great.
This is the behavior of all JLP MPs across the country.
I know that is coming. So you know what, Cliff? I can tell you this. And when the gentleman comes on the radio, when he comes, ask him to open up his phone. Ask him to tell you how many times the Member of Parliament has called it. To the point where even when I'm in public events, I have to mention. I said, but Banswell, answer your phone, no, brother. In a joke. But it's true. I have messaged him down to November. I messaged him in 2021. I messaged him again in 2022 about Christmas work. No response. Now, let me tell you, I'm not a puppy show. So the government is held to account that we must try to make partnership and that we should collaborate. But if we make the effort and it is not responded to, what should we do? Stop the work? That doesn't make any sense. And this argument that the MP is not trying to collaborate is rubbish, because anybody who assesses my conduct as MP and where I allocate my funds and how I deal with the people, whether they like me or not, sees a clear distinction between how I lead in my area. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter who you're affiliated to. If you need help and I can give you the help, I give you the help.
Thank you, Mr.
That's
Charles.
Why Salt River, who has not gotten water, has it. That's why Raymond, who don't have the road, has it.
Mr. Charles, we just got word from our producer. Quote, just got to Mr. Barneswell. He said he's currently handing out some care packages, and is unable to stop for a call at the moment. Yeah? But Mr. Barneswell, we'd love to hear from you. Yes? Because of this TVJ report. Yes? And you said the voice in the background is that of Mr. Barneswell, Mr. Charles?
Mr. Hughes, as a good attorney, ask him, put it to him. I want to hear him tell Jamaica that it is not him telling the men that they must leave. I want to make sure that the residents who were there and watched him and listened to him can see how he exposes himself.
Let's play that report again. Thank you very much, Mr. Charles. Good.
One love.
Meanwhile, tension was high this afternoon in the community of Raymonds in Clarendon after the Member of Parliament and the councillor for the area clashed over roadwork being roadwork being done. Anthony Lugg has the details.
You're a former mayor. You're an utter disappointment. An utter disappointment as a former mayor. 20 years you don't answer the people.
A clash of words Wednesday afternoon between Member of Parliament for South East Clarendon Pearnel Charles Jr. and Councillor for the Hughes Division C.N. Barneswell. It all unfolded after men carrying out road repairs in an area known as Raymond's on behalf of Mr. Charles were ordered to stop.
You tell them already, call it a day. You make the sense about it. Just call over for call and make them pick up here.
What I hear happened here today is despicable. And the leader of the People's National Party should be brought in to investigate why you have a councillor bringing men to stop work in an area where he for 20 years has not done the work. 20 years he has been here and more and has not responded to an area which is predominantly PNP. And I have said to the people who have come to me and said we want road that it don't matter to me whether you're voting left or right. I have a responsibility to balance my development, and that's what we're doing here in the Raymond's area of the Hughes Division.
When our news team put the issue to Mr. Barneswell, he argued that as the councillor for the area, he has a responsibility. He argued that the municipal corporation was not notified that road work will be carried out in the area.
Protocol dictates that any work on parochial road, make the parochial or National Work Agency road, permission need to be sought, and none was sought for this one. I'm just saying to the workmen here today that we received no notification, no permission was given, and as such the work cannot continue.
But the work continued under the watchful eyes of the police.
Today is a prime example of the distinction between the old-time politics and the politics that Jamaica needs now.
Anthony Lugg, TVJ News.
Repeating our call for Mr. Barneswell, we heard from the MP, the former Mayor of Maypen, C.N. Barneswell, the councillor for the Hughes Division. Mr. Barneswell, anytime you're ready, call us. After the break, we're going to be joined by a number of Jamaicans who listen and appear on this program as we look back at the year that was and the Christmas period, how they're going to celebrate the Christmas after the break.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and...
This Christmas, start something truly special when you open a homeowner's savings plan or HOSP with CIBC First Caribbean. First step is to set your savings goal and timeline and save towards it with a preferential interest rate. When you hit your goal, HOSP will help you jingle all the way home with a mortgage discount and even an additional loan towards closing costs. 'Tis the season to save for your home. Give yourself the gift of getting started with CIBC First Caribbean.
Unwrap the gift of relaxation at Totally Male Spa this Christmas. From peppermint perfection to missile head-to-toe magic, we have the perfect spa packages to pamper that special male, all starting at $6,000. Book his appointment early or purchase a gift certificate or e-gift card this season. Visit us at 6 Windsor Avenue, Kingston 5 or hop online totallymalespa.com to purchase an e-gift card from anywhere in the world. Totally Male. Unwrap his relaxation.
I am Kamika Blackwaite. It took me forever to get a job even with my bachelor's degree because I am visually impaired.
Under the Disabilities Act, employers must make reasonable accommodations for blind and visually impaired employees.
Like that screen reader app, braille labels, handrails, or work from home options.
Hire us and watch your productivity go up.
There's no holding us back. Getting on the act.
Learn more at risejamaica.org, project funded by the European Union.
At Colley's Pharmacy, we believe that quality service stimulates quality health. So, we delight you with warm, friendly, exceptional customer service, pharmaceuticals, household, unique, and hard-to-get items. Nothing but the best. At competitive prices, call Colley's 634-4210. WhatsApp your prescriptions at 536-1692. We're on IG. Visit 6 North Street, Black River. Colley's Pharmacy. We value your health.
Cliff Hughes Online. Talk radio for all Jamaicans.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock.
9 minutes going up to 11. Now, we're looking back at the year that was. I know people are, what they're going to be doing for Christmas. Some of the people who listen to this program, participate in this program, beginning with the Education Minister, Favour Williams. Minister Williams, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Hughes.
You start winding down yet?
No. Actually, this morning I was out in the constituency looking at all the projects, Christmas work, if you will, that is happening all across the constituency to beautify the constituency from east to west, north to south. That's what I've been doing this morning. And also just having conversations as well with chairman of Hopewell High School, with our regional director out there as well, just trying to get a handle on what happened at Hopewell High School yesterday.
Wow.
And so while I would love to talk about the education sector and to say the merriest of Christmas all across the sector, I know that a lot of the joy has been taken out of Christmas today. So that's where I am right now.
And I can understand, Minister, duty calls. And what happened at Hopewell yesterday is just another shocking murder in our country. What more can you tell us after you've spoken to the chairman?
The brazen nature of it.
Yes, the brazen nature, yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Very, very brazen. So
to just walk up to somebody and just shoot them like that.
Yeah. And then the principal, in an attempt to flee, he injured himself, I gather.
Yes, and I haven't been able to speak with him yet, but I did speak to the regional officer, regional director, and she said he was in the hospital. I'm not sure if he's out yet, but he was injured in trying to get away from all of what was happening.
Oh dear. What can you tell us about Mr. Roberts? How long has he been at Hopewell?
Yes, I gather he's been there since, I want to say 2016, yes. He was the acting bursar then. He acted for a while. And just recently, he became the full bursar. I understand he's a relatively young person, 35 years old.
Yes.
And was a very loving person as well. And so the mood is very, very sad at the school. I mean, not physically at the school because obviously, the school is closed now, but just sad among staff. And, I'm glad that school was not in session when this happened because you can imagine what trauma this would have caused to the student body and teachers as well.
Yeah. And Minister, how was the chairman when you spoke with him? The chairman of the board?
Well, he is still in shock because he told me he was at the school the day before. They had a little function there, and the bursar was there. And everybody's Christmas. Everybody was, merrymaking.
Yes.
And then, the next day to hear that this person was shot and killed, he's still in shock. I know he told me he's going to be having a board meeting this afternoon just to review the situation, to see what else they can do in terms of safety and security at the school, to see how best they can support the staff and, the students and parents, because by now everybody would have heard. So that will be the kind of discussion that they will be having at the board meeting this afternoon.
And it's a school that I gather is very well surveyed by cameras based on the press reports I'm seeing.
Right, yes. And as you know, Mr. Hughes, we have a significant initiative on the way to ensure that all our schools have a minimum number of security cameras within them based on how the school is situated and, the assessment that would have been done. Obviously, this is going to take us some time in terms of the installation and the procurement process, but that is our goal, to ensure that all our schools at least have that silent eye, security cameras, and that when they are installed, that, we maintain them as well during the process. So I'm glad to know that there were working cameras at the school, so at least whatever footage is collected, the police would be able to get that to help in the investigation.
Let's turn back to you now, Minister. This year has been another very tough year in the Ministry of Education. The ministry, its stakeholders, have hardly been out of the news for far too many tragic incidents this year. How you cope, how you manage, how you maintain mind, body, and soul? Because the burdens come right to your feet.
Yes, Mr. Hughes, but there is a structure in education that I think is second to none, meaning the minister, the permanent secretary, all the heads, the regions. At the school level, you have a board, a principal, in some cases, vice principal. So you do have a very good structure to rely on, one that sends information readily because they understand the reporting requirement and so forth. You have a structure in which people are responsive when you call them, and they are always, I'd say 99% of the time, are able to give you the information that you need, and therefore that makes the job easier when you have access to the information, because I'm in Kingston. For instance, what happened yesterday happened in Hanover. So it was very easy to call the regional director, who would have already deployed, counselors and so on in the region. She would have already been in contact with the school community, and so it makes the job easier when you have persons out across the length and breadth of Jamaica.
So how will you be spending Christmas?
All right. So you just in your comment, you acknowledge the frenzied pace at which things happen in the education sector and the responsibilities that I have. So therefore, my greatest gift this Christmas for me and my family would be to have quiet time to reflect, time to just laugh with them, to do silly things, play games, listen to music, maybe watch a movie, and to just reconnect, reflect, because I know come 2024, it's the start again of a new year, new challenges, new opportunities. So that is what I would like this Christmas, just to carve out a space where I can be just quietly with myself and with
your family. And what will be on the Christmas dinner menu?
The usual, the rice and peas and chicken and provision, cake and sorrel, the normal Jamaican.
Yes.
Jamaican. Yeah.
You will be cooking?
No.
Who cooks?
My children. They'll be here, so they will cook.
Yes. Okay. So you'll be spared that.
Yes.
Okay. Well, all the best, Minister.
Thank
Favour
you,
Williams.
and all the best to you and the nationwide family and your immediate family.
Yes.
Thank you. As always, for keeping all of Jamaica up to date, all of the world actually. Always tuned in to Nationwide to hear what's happening. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Take care of yourself, Mister.
Thank you.
Good. Time for the break. After the break, we'll have more. DPP Paula Vanessa Llewellyn.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light.
Super healthy, super happy. SuperMed located in Kingston, St. Thomas, Portland, and St. Mary. The time by SuperMed family of pharmacies and Hughes Pharmacy is
2 minutes after 11.
Christmas just got more festive and jollier with Nationwide 90 FM's Plaza-wide broadcast. Join the Plaza-wide broadcast journey as they spread the gift of promotion to all the plazas. Enjoy the vibes of festivities and Christmas spirit when the sound off sets course for shops off Lane Plaza on Thursday, December 21. Tune in from 1 to 3 p.m. for the merriness that the plaza has to offer. Listen and tune in as we spotlight the shops of Lane Plaza, hearing what they have to offer this festive season. Jamaica, stop by and engage with Triple X and Karen Booker. Let your friends and family hear you on the Plaza-wide broadcast. That's a live broadcast during the sound off from 1 to 3 p.m. at Lane Plaza on Thursday, December 21. Only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by Digicel Plus Size Collection, Digicel Decor, A1 Lock Lab and Stationery Supplies Limited, Statement Pieces by Chris, Shay's Wellness Spot, and Kerry K.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm what I felt was right, like a rock, like a rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock.
3 minutes after 11. So, she made the headlines, the news this year on several occasions. She is a kind of public prosecutor who makes herself accessible to the Jamaican people, her employers. And, Paula Vanessa Llewellyn, or DPP. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Hughes. Good morning.
No bother with the Mr. Hughes thing. Cliff.
Well, I said to Nora, I hope Cliff is not going to cause me to have to put on back pants and everything else. And
I know you can bat.
Well, yes. And then lately, I've been watching a lot of rugby.
Oh?
I quite like the physicality
Yes.
of the game. The Rugby World Cup was just won by South Africa.
Yes.
And I enjoyed. I don't understand all of it, but I quite like it.
Yes. It's not a sport I find interesting at all. There's
I
too
like
much,
the physicality of it.
and that's all there is to it. I like sport that's a little bit more cerebral.
Well, sometimes it's good to be reminded
Yes.
that having a lot of testicular fortitude assists you in your own particular function.
You
So
do
that's
have
what
that,
it's
do
nice
you?
now. Well, I have no choice. Both my parents were very strong.
Uh-huh.
And one of the last things my mother said to me, never forget it before she passed, she said, Paula, you had better be strong all the time.
Yes.
And with my father, being lazy was a bad word.
Yes.
So they made sure that I had to have testicular fortitude.
It's been another tough year for you. Yeah. There were some very difficult moments. In
We'll
those
call it static.
Huh?
We'll call it static.
Oh, static.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
And in those moments, do you miss your parents?
I miss them, but I was so well taught by them in terms of the values of having a very good work ethic, the values of giving service above self, the values of being self-disciplined, the values of not feeling sorry for yourself and continuing to make sure that your ego is subjugated to the greater good of the public that you serve. And also my faith. My mother always made sure to remind me Psalm 121, Psalm 91, Psalm 27, Psalm 23. So I just channeled during those difficult moments my parents and what they had instilled in me, and of course my faith.
Yeah. How are you going to be spending Christmas?
Well, I'm going to try to do nothing.
That's difficult.
It has been a rough year, but it also has been a good year in that there are several very high public interest matters that cause a trauma to the psyche of the Jamaican citizenry. And I was happy that the collaboration and consultation in the back and at the front of the police, and let me commend the Commissioner and DCP Bailey, with whom we work very closely with, for consulting at the right time that we were able to bring closure to several matters. And by the way, the concept of plea negotiation, that for me is one of the shining lights coming out of this year. It is becoming more popular.
Oh?
So I plan to spend the time quietly. You reflect, but I don't think a lot of people would understand when you are super busy and you have a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
Just being able, Cliff, to do nothing, to have a space where, yes, you can reflect, you refresh yourself in your face, but just not to have to make any decision except what I'm going to eat and what I'm going to wear will be refreshing. And to read something that doesn't have to do with murder or any offense.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. And DPP, as you talk about having nothing to do, yeah. How much of a toll does the job take on you personally?
It will take a toll because, one, I work long hours.
Yes.
When you are a first, although I've never been detained by the fact that I was the first woman coming into a space that was seen as ordained only for the male, the patriarchy, it will always mean that whereas you know that mediocrity will be excused where men are concerned, sorry, but I have to say it, you are only, as a woman in that same space, only as good as your last outing. So it takes a toll. But
mentally, doesn't it impact you?
Mentally, it takes a toll. Let me tell you something. And I can say now, when we were dealing with the Paulwell issue, as Mr. Bailey said, DCP Bailey, in all of my career, I've never had to deal with those sort of allegations. And he said it's one of the worst I've seen. So you have a split screen. A half of you is appalled and shocked like everybody else at the allegations. The other half, as I and my team are working long hours, we are there in the evening, into the night, meeting with the police. It is the pure professional. And then we did some tough plea negotiations, the pure professional. So it takes a toll. Because again, you wonder about the human condition, but on the other hand, your training, your commitment to duty, sacrificing yourself, you just have to do what you have to do. So you try to aim for work-life balance. I try to do a little exercise, a little walking, and I like to laugh. I love to dance. So I have a couple close friends who will make sure that at least 2 times, 3 times for the month, I'm able to dance up a storm somewhere. And I laugh with my team. My staff at the office have been the wind beneath my wings. And sometimes we're there late in the night. Not necessarily working, but a few of us just having a chat and a laugh.
So let me ask you, DPP, as we have to go. For you, the high point of the year?
Well, you know what the high point of the year was? Just the fact that with the static that I had to deal with, the fact that my faith in myself, my faith in my God, and the training of my parents stood the test. And I came out of it unscathed and refreshed and self-actualized to continue to give the high quality public service that I've always given.
And the low point?
The low point was that there was that static, and during that we had a couple of issues in terms of the staff, but I can tell you, we came out of it beautifully. My staff had a little surprise birthday party for me in September. We had a lovely public service, civil service celebration, and it really reminded me of why it is that I deem it a privilege to be a part of my team, why it is that I do the work that I do, and why it is that at the heart of it, I love my staff, and I will do all that I can to make sure that they develop and continue to, live up to their best potential.
So, that Kathy Pike letter must have hit you hard.
It was very unfortunate. I can tell you this. My daughter calls Kathy Auntie Kathy because her daughter used to be invited to my daughter's little birthday parties. You know.
Yes.
But when you are a leader, and you are giving service above self, there is no room for ego. You still have to do the best to protect your staff and even love your staff and protect them even from themselves, because it is the right thing to do. And you have to take it on the chin like a man is supposed to. And you brush yourself off and you get up and you try to exude noblesse oblige and do the right thing. But never ever think to the petty. Never ever think to the toxic or the negative. Always take the high road and hope that you will continue to bring everybody with you. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, all the very best to you and your staff. You know, Nationwide is one of my favorite stations. I hope Dion is not hearing me. And Gary. You know, and,
Merry Christmas, Dion. DJ,
yes.
Merry Christmas.
But I must confess that my dial is usually on Nationwide. And thank you for your service and members of your team. You two occupy a very hard space.
Yes.
And I suspect in terms of coming events, you and your team will have to take extra vitamins. But I think, like in my neck of the woods, once you recognize the duty that you have and how important it is that you maintain the public trust, then you just have to continue to do the right thing professionally.
Have a good one.
All the very best to you and your team, to your family, and I hope you are able to get even a little break just to do nothing.
Absolutely.
Even for a day.
Yes,
that's what
I will ensure that. I will ensure that.
And of course, fruitcake is my thing.
So what's a dinner?
Well, I usually go by family, but my daughter, Leah is she graduated last year from Purdue with 2 degrees.
Wow.
And also it's cybersecurity and law and society, English, Spanish.
Wow.
She has become a very good cook.
Ah.
So in-house, she'll be doing the ham. I perhaps will get some Korean chicken, her specialty macaroni and cheese. But she will be doing the cooking.
Very well. Very well.
By the way, I can cook. I don't just push paper and speak in court. But she's 25 now. It's time. She'll be doing the cooking.
Very well.
So you take good care. And
give Leah my regards.
All right. And to your daughter as well. Your
yes.
Daughter.
Thanks, Paula. Have a good one.
Of course, to Jamaica, land we love. And to the citizens that we serve, keep positive for 2024.
Absolutely. Good. Take care of yourself. Time for the break.
My hands were steady. My eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose. My steps were quick and light.
Tell me where you get the money transfer. Where you get the money transfer. Where you get the money transfer.
Christmas a come, give our money a run. Ask your sender to select cash pickup and collect your MoneyGram money transfer of $150 or more until December 23 at any Alliance agent for a chance to be one of 14 winners of 100,000 Jamaican dollars from each parish.
Tell me where you get the money transfer.
Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Water quench thirst without delay. Drink a bottle every day. On the tracker when footballer play out of the dry state and fuel with water today. Always hydrate with water. Double case and big great with water. It no matter you eat to the water reggae wave. Always hydrate with water. Always hydrate hydrate with water. Grab a case and big weight with water. It don't matter you eat whether night or day. Always hydrate with water. Always hydrate with water. Grab a case and big weight with water. It don't matter you eat whether night or day. Always hydrate with water. As we rise up, rise up, rise up. Me and my friend them a chill. Rise up, rise up. When the water reggae we have, it's an island thing. Water for Jamaica, water for do it. Water for your best living. Drink water and quench everything. Water.
This Christmas, give your family the gift of relaxation with the Singer Family Getaway. Shop from November 23 to December 31 and spend $20,000 before GCT to get a chance to win your family a 4-day, 3-night stay at a luxurious, all-inclusive hotel. Get the best brands of appliances and electronics plus the best quality furniture and make it the best Christmas ever with Singer. $650,000 in prizes to be won. So shop now for more chances to win. Conditions apply. See the website for details. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
Cliff Hughes Online. Talk radio for all Jamaicans.
My hands were steady. My eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose. My steps were quick and light.
19 minutes after 11. Getting some news out of Orocabessa in St. Mary that there's been a jailbreak. 7 prisoners escaped from the Orocabessa police lockup. Yes? 7 prisoners we gather. Yeah? We'll have more on that in our World at Noon at 12. Yeah? Right, so we continue talking with the Jamaicans who listen to this program and who have been on this program throughout the year. We have locked horns with them sometimes, go into combat and yes. One of those is the Minister of Information, the Member of Parliament for North Central Clarendon. Robert Morgan, good morning.
Hey, Cliff, how are you? Good morning to you and your listeners.
Good morning to you, sir. What kind of Christmas is it for you so far?
I mean, for many MPs, the Christmas period is a period of a lot of giving back to your community, a lot of working with your community. And coordinating projects and programs in your constituency. So it's a busy time, but usually on about Christmas Eve, you can get a little break, and then you're back at it after Christmas again.
Mm-hmm. And a little break for you means what this year?
I'll try to stay home.
Yes.
Try to stay home with the family. That I don't get to spend as much time with them as I wish. So whenever you have a little chance on Christmas Day, you try to spend it with the family, because the constituency and the responsibilities that you have does take you away from them more than normal. So you try, as little time you get, you try to spend it with the family.
Yeah, and for Christmas, it's family. And of course, some good food and drink.
Well, I try to. I'm not trying to get in the drink and eating as much this year. I'm on my program, always trying to remain healthy. But we will indulge a little and then try to take it off before the new year. I hope you're not going to have any other cornport that caused you to get sick last year.
No, cornport never sick me yet. Don't stop telling lie for me. Cornport never sick me yet. And it will not.
But Christmas is a time for family, it's a time for friends, it's a time for coming together. I grew up in rural Jamaica, so our Christmas was usually a time when my grandmother used to cook some of the most wonderful food.
Yes.
We used to kill a goat, and that's the time you get to eat tree meat.
Wow.
You get some pork, you get some goat, and you get some chicken. You usually get that.
Yes.
For the rest of the year,
Yes.
So it's a time of good memories for me, and I want to wish your staff and yourself, and also members of my constituency, North Central Clarendon.
Yes.
A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year when it comes.
And then come New Year, you have an election to win.
Well, the Prime Minister has not called the date, so I don't know if you are calling the date. But we're
the date calls itself.
when the time comes, it comes.
The election has to be held by February 26th. Yes?
Definitely. But we're always in a state of readiness. And I speak as the chairman of the party's PR committee, where our candidates are on the ground. They are engaging with their constituents. And when the Prime Minister is, well, it's not the Prime Minister actually, it's actually the Minister of Local Government.
Yes.
When he decides that the date is the date, then we will do what we need to do. And I'm based on what I'm seeing, the Jamaican people maintain confidence in the government. We have done well for local government. We have improved the stature and the standard of local government. And just looking at the achievements of the government over the last year at least, it's incomparable compared to other periods in our history. And I think the people have recognized we had a little bump in the road earlier this year. But once we started talking to the people again, once we started engaging with them again, I think people started recognizing what was truth from fiction.
And the Prime Minister and the Minister of Local Government has the election, the awesome authority to call elections. But it's a campaign promise that he has failed to keep, Mr. Morgan. Is that going to be corrected in the new year?
That's a matter that the Prime Minister will have to speak about. I have my own views on the matter, but I'm a member of the Cabinet, so I don't articulate my personal views in public. But we have done a lot of work in terms of, remember the Prime Minister said at the beginning of his term that one of the things that he needs to focus on is economic development of the country. And I think that has been his focus over the last 7 years. And you can see the results. You have a stable economy. You have the lowest unemployment rate in the history. Even from the legislative...
Well, how does that stop you from going to Parliament and making the elections fixed? It doesn't. Governments know how to walk and whistle and ride.
Well, as I said to you, Cliff, I'm not going to opine on that particular one, because I leave that to the Prime Minister to make his statement on that. I was just
It's one of the promises that he has just simply not kept.
While you may reasonably be able to criticize us on that side, I was just outlining the other promises that we made that we have fulfilled, so I can create a balance on this eve of Christmas. But I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful I get the opportunity to serve my country. No one will tell you that being a politician in Jamaica is easy, but it's also one of the most fulfilling jobs for me.
Yes.
Having the ability to impact positively the lives of especially young people in my constituency.
Yes.
It's something that is very fulfilling, especially for somebody who comes from where I come from.
Yes.
And I think as we continue, Jamaica is better off now than it was when we took it. And I think any government, whether PNP or JLP government, would wish that they make the country better. And I think that's something that we can all be proud of.
But you have work to do, a lot of work to do. The latest Dun Anderson polls suggest that you're in a statistical dead heat. Everything to play for.
Remember, 6 months ago, you were 4 points behind. So I suspect that the momentum has stalled on the other side and has picked up on our side. And as I said to you, at the beginning of the year, and I was on your program, and some persons criticized me for saying it, when I said to you that we had a communication problem. And as the minister with responsibility for information, part of that, it was more of a self-introspection. I was a new minister coming in, I recognized the challenges. And it didn't make sense to come to the public and mislead the public and tell people that what they're seeing doesn't exist. We have done a lot of work over the last 8 months to fix that. Things like post-cabinet press briefing, where we are there every Wednesday morning. Get good coverage on your station. We are on TikTok. We are on Twitter. We are doing radio shows. Our members of parliament, our representatives are on the ground every week. We're engaging with our communities. And what you're seeing is as the government continues to tell the people what it's doing and to locate or situate the gains that we have made on behalf of the people and show them and say, this is what we have done. Look at the hospitals we are building. Look at the equipping of the police force. Look at the reduction in road traffic deaths. Look at all the improvements we're making in terms of infrastructure, the South Coast Highway, the St. Thomas Highway, where St. Thomas was considered the lost, the forgotten parish. No, you can't even afford to buy an acre land in St. Thomas. And those are the things that we need to articulate. I mean, in any development, there are going to be teething pains. But what we have learned, and what I have learned as a communicator, is no matter when things are bad, talk to your people. When things are good, talk to your people.
So let me ask you, as we have to go, Mr. Morgan, the Labour Party does its own share of polling. What are your polls telling you? It's this close? 1 percentage point?
What the polls are telling us is that we have momentum. The polls are telling us that coming out of our conference and even before, we saw a significant bump in the fortunes of the government. And we saw a kind of momentum building. And we sensed it from around September, October, where initially, as the polls were showing, you saw the PNP moving in a particular way, and then the Blue Dot polls came out that showed that there was a shifting taking place. And now that is being confirmed by the Dun and report. The conversation you and I were having in June and March is totally different from the conversation. The conversation we were having, if you remember, was JLP is behind for the first time since 2016.
Yes.
Now the conversation is saying that we're 1 point ahead.
Yes.
It means that we're building momentum. You say election is February 26th or thereabouts. I say 2 months in politics is a long time to build momentum. And now that we have the momentum, we're not going to let it go.
All right. Okay, sir. All right. What's on the Christmas dinner menu for you, Minister Morgan?
Well, not for me, because I don't eat all of these things. But there's ham on it. And there's
Well, you can have a piece of the ham, man.
No, it's not that I don't eat pork. I tell you, I'm not overindulging this year. I'm trying to not to get the politician.
You can cheat for a day. You can cheat for a day. It's Christmas.
I will taste the pot clip.
Yes.
I'm getting some goat soup and some ham and some
yes, man.
Some of them things there. And
yes.
I make my own sorrel because my grandmother teach me. So
yes.
the sorrel is ready to be bottled. I might send you a bottle, but I might have a little Mr. Ray in there. So
no, I'm not do Mr. Ray.
But I'll probably take out some before I put the Ray in there. And so you can taste my grandmother's hand. But it's going to be a wonderful Christmas. I think before I go to say to you that it's a very interesting thing. Being on the road over the last week, I've been spending almost every day in the constituency. And there's a kind of positivism that I see on the ground in my constituency. And I see it in other constituencies as well.
Yes.
People COVID really did a bad job on Jamaicans. It impacted our psychology, it impacted our interaction with each other. A lot of us lost loved ones. And what I'm seeing happening as time goes by is people are beginning to be a bit more positive again.
Yes.
And that is something that we should be thankful for. There are a lot of problems we have to solve.
Yes.
But we are alive. Our country is safe in many cases, though we have a crime problem.
We have a serious crime problem. I don't know about the safe.
Our economy is growing. People have opportunities. May not be as great as they wish. But from where we're coming from, we should be proud of our country and we should continue working.
Thank you very much. Have a good one, Minister Robert Morgan. We will.
Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you. Good. Time for the break.
My hands were steady. My eyes were clear and bright.
The management and staff of Banmark West and Negril would like to extend season's greetings to their loyal customers. Let the peace and the joy of this holiday season be yours now and throughout the new year. So this season, visit Banmark for all your bikes and bike rentals or call 957-0196. Happy holidays from Banmark.
I'm advice you don't know Lali Shot and Tali. And I have a message from Bank of Jamaica to the entire Jamaica. That two grand. Hey, if you make change for the 5 grand. 5 grand. Now if you travel with a bag of 1,000. Just use the brand new 2 grand. Bank of Jamaica, if you tell you this, the new notes, don't stress them. Wash or bleach them. Don't iron or expose to each friend. Don't ripen or experiment. Don't crease and don't crush them. Don't bore them, just store them. The new note them. The new note them. The new note them. Hey, from the advice you don't know Lali Shot and Tali. And that was a message from Bank of Jamaica. The OJ, them deaf, them better listen to this. Hey, yeah. I didn't you know them. Hey, I didn't you know them. 50, 1,000. my notes. And the 5 grand. I the new note them bang. Hey, I the new note them. Yeah.
Spruce up your home this holiday season with Unique Living. We have a wide selection of fixtures, from stylish shower systems to elegant faucets, closet pieces, vanities, sinks, shower enclosures, toilets, bathroom and kitchen accessories to upgrade your space. Shop at Unique Living, Jamaica's leading kitchen and bathroom provider for everything new and unique. Visit them at shop number 6, 30 Don Robin Avenue, Kingston 10, or call us at 876-755-3661.
Cliff Hughes Online. Talk radio for all Jamaicans.
My hands were steady.
He's on the forefront of the struggle against crime and violence in the country. He was on our television screens, in front of the microphones, in the newspapers all year. Too often for the wrong reasons. His is the burden of investigating and trying to prevent the murders to make us safe. Yes? Good morning, DCP Fitz Bailey.
Yes, and to your listeners as well.
Yes, sir. You are one of the newsmakers of 2023. I'm not going to burden you with that today, but I want to ask you, how do you take care of yourself to do the job you are tasked?
Well, put it this way, Cliff. I am a spiritual man, and I have a family that gives me significant support. They are also spiritual, and I think I find that strength in my spiritual connection, spending time with my Maker during those moments of devotions and reflection, and the strength that I get from reading His Word, that brings some sense of stability to my life and focus. So even in the midst of chaotic situation, confusion.
Hello? Hello, DCP? Oh dear. Try and get him back for us, please. DCP Fitz Bailey, in charge of crime and security. I'd ask him, give him his job and the toll it's taking on him and the country. How does he take care of himself? He was telling me that he is a spiritual man. He's back. Yes, DCP.
Yes, Cliff. So in that chaotic experience, I find solace in God. And I think critical to that, you have to know who you are and who you represent. When I was a young Christian growing up, there was an elder who is the late Bishop James Hemmings. And he gave us a poem during a discussion. And if you may permit me just to read maybe one line of it.
Sure.
It's called The Test of a Man. And it said, the test of a man is the fight that he makes, the grit he daily takes, he daily shows, the way he stands upon his feet and takes life's numerous bumps and blows. A coward can smile when there's naught to fear, and nothing is progress bar. But it takes a man to stand and cheer while the other fellow stars. It isn't the victory after all, but the fight that a brother makes. A man, when driven against the wall, takes the blows of fate with his head held high. Bleeding, bruised, and pale is the man who will win. Fate defied, for he isn't afraid to fall. This poem throughout my life has also been a strength to me in times of difficult moments. And then, with all of my own, personal relationship with God and the family, I have some great men and women that I work with. A good team, men and women who are dedicated to the cause of protecting this nation. And I want to seize the opportunity at this moment to express my deep appreciation and thanks to all the men and women who work within the CIB, the Major Investigation Division, Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Branch, the National Intelligence Branch, or the Security and Intelligence Branch, CIB headquarters, narcotics, our person who work at scenes of crime, who go on those crime scenes. I mean, it's just a team, and they have been a tough strength in my efforts. So that's why I cope, and I tend to establish good relationship with them, not just as being the manager or being the leader, but I see them as individuals.
Yes.
And
So
they are
DCP,
men and women who deserve respect.
you're clearly a man of faith. Yes. Is it correct you are also a pastor?
Yes, I am a marriage officer as well.
You marry people?
Yes, I do.
And you preach at church and...
Yes, I do that as well.
How often do you preach?
I mean, it depends. I mean, I know like maybe 2 times for the month. It depends on the type of activities. I may do a series of messages over a period of time. So I get involved. It's one of my passions. I try to. I'm not a great musician, an established musician, but I fool around the keyboard as well. And I'm now learning to play the saxophone.
Yes. So when you have to come into, you have to confront these multiplicity of murders, some of which are particularly gruesome. Yeah, particularly gruesome. The ones that, for example, I was thinking about those that shocked the country this year. The Paulwell matter. Then there's the one up in Riversdale. Several of them. There's now the Melissa Silvera matter. When you have to confront these things, they don't test your faith?
I have been doing this for over 30 odd years working, and I have.
You don't have to ask yourself, how man so wicked?
Yes, those are questions that we ask, and I speak. Let's look at the Paulwell matter. I actually reached out to the chaplain, and I was in Barbados attending a seminar, a biannual conference of CCJ, and I actually called the chaplain because I thought I needed some intervention, psychological intervention, because that matter weighed on my mind, and I was just looking at a report, and the fact is, and I'm not afraid to talk, to say it, I broke down. It was so, when I thought of a little baby and, taking a little baby's life, I really broke down, and I actually called the chaplain. So yes, some of them do weigh on our mind, and it's difficult. But again, I'm a professional, and I have to learn how to, separate the role. It's difficult, but in the midst of all of that, I have to act professionally.
Wow. So you had to get some counseling?
Yeah, I just spoke to him for a short while, and I told him that when I get back, I would. But after I concluded, I was in my hotel room, so I knelt down and I had a little talk with my maker, and do some deep reflection, meditation, and I felt much composed thereafter.
Yeah. And we're talking with DCP Fitz Bailey. You know him as the man in charge of crime and security in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. He's a man we see on our television screens, here on the radio, talking to the various murder investigations in Jamaica. You're now grappling with another one that is shocking the country, DCP Bailey. What's the latest you can tell us? I know you can't tell us a lot. What's the latest you can tell us?
Chris, my thing is not to say much when I'm investigating. I love to speak when there is. We are following some leads. That's as far as I will say. It's one of those challenging investigations. But I think the men and women have the capacity and the skills and the competence, and we will use all the resources that we have to ensure that there is some level of closure and justice is served in this case. It's a very brutal act, and we are up to the task. And we had a review just about 2 days ago. I actually went and participated for a while. I gave a little advice, and then I am in constant dialogue with the investigators.
Can you confirm whether, or reporting that you have a new team of investigators on the matter?
No, we actually transferred the investigations from St. Andrew North to the Major Investigation Division. And a number of those high-profile matters, we tend to give it to MID. That's why they are there.
Mm-hmm. And the initial team under scrutiny?
I wouldn't say there's any. I mean, we're looking at the entire scenario. We have not come to any conclusion. I think there might be some, what I consider to be inexperience. And as a result of that, some things were overlooked. I heard a lot of, statement being made. But the truth is, so far we haven't seen any evidence of corruption, as is said. It is reported in social media. I mean, I heard discussion about whether or not one person should go on the scene. But if you have two persons working at any station, you can't leave the station unmanned. So the sergeant actually took the decision. And it's a sudden death that he went to investigate. So it's not any hostile, it was not any hostile situation. So it's not abnormal, really.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're being challenged because the crime scene is now totally altered.
Yes, we know that it was altered. It was, and those are things that we're exploring. We're doing a comprehensive investigation.
Yes. DCP Fitz Bailey, what's on the menu for Christmas?
Well, the traditional meal, ham, chicken, pork, oxtail, goat, manish water, and the best fruit cake. I'll be having some of that.
Yes.
The best fruit cake. That's what I'll be having.
Did you say pork?
Pork, yes. That's one of my favorites.
You're a pork eater?
Yeah, man. I love pork.
You love the Trenton?
Yes.
Well, take care of yourself, DCP Bailey. Thanks for stopping by.
And let me wish Jamaica a Merry Christmas and a peaceful experience. We understand the challenges, but we will be out there to ensure that everyone can go about their business without any form of intimidation. And we hope that 2024 will be a better year. I have faith in my organization and the people that are there that we're going to push to ensure that 2024 is a better year. I think we have the capacity. We just need to pull ourselves together, and I believe it can be done. I have a lot of faith in the people of Jamaica.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir.
And thanks for the opportunity.
Have a good Christmas. Get some rest. Get some rest if the criminals will allow you.
and Cliff, before you go, today is my 35th anniversary, wedding anniversary.
Whoa!
Yes.
Whoa!
Yes,
Congratulations.
Thank you. I just took my family out a while. We just came back, went out for breakfast, and we're having a great time.
Oh. Well, I suspect that credit for those 35 long years must really go to Mrs. Bailey.
Yes. And I have 3 children, 3 wonderful children.
Very nice, very nice. Congratulations.
Okay, thanks.
Good.
Blessings.
That's where we're going to leave it and take a break and come back.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and...
Furnitureland is Jamaica's premier furniture retailer when searching for stylish and elegant pieces this Christmas. Located at 112 Constant Spring Road, open Sundays until Christmas. The time by Furnitureland is
12 minutes to noon.
Jamaica, let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one republic. We on the road to republic. Well then, Let's propel we nation, moving forward in a new direction. True independence, that's the projection. No more dependency, it's the best plan. Yes, we know what's best for us, cause we want we country prosperous. So make we just pull together as the general public, while on the road to Republic Jamaica. Let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one Republic. We on the road to Republic.
A message from the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs.
We on the road to Republic.
The following is brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister. Applications are now open for the Jamaica House Fellowship Program. Get first-hand high-level experience in the operations of the public sector and an opportunity to support and implement high-priority initiatives of the Government of Jamaica for 2 years. Visit the OPM website at www.opm.gov.jm to apply and for more information. The proceeding was brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
Family advice, you don't know all this shot and tell you. And I have a message from Bank of Jamaica to the entire Jamaica. That two grand. Hey, if you make change for the 5 grand, 5 grand. Now if you chaffer with a bag of 1,000, just use the brand new 2 grand. Bank of Jamaica, so if you tell you this, the new note, don't stress them, wash or bleach them. Don't iron or exposed to each friend. Don't ripen or experiment. Don't crease and don't crush them. Don't bore them, just store them. The new note them, the new note them, the new note them. Hey, from the advice, you don't know all this shot and tally. And that was a message from Bank of Jamaica. BOJ, them deaf, them better listen to this. Hey, yeah. I didn't you know them. Hey, I didn't you know them. 50, 100, and 5, 1,000. Polymer notes and the 5 grand. I didn't you know them. Bang. Hey, I didn't you know them. Yeah.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light, and I held firm.
10 minutes going up to 11. The Health Minister, Dr. Christopher Tufton. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Hughes.
I'm not hearing you well, Minister. How are you doing?
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, much better. How is it?
Are you?
I'm good, and you?
Not bad. I mean, me and Penn at hospital, giving some smiles to some kids. Every year we go to a few hospitals and give toys.
Yes.
So I'm in the parking lot talking to you while the kids wait anxiously.
Oh, well, I won't keep you too long. What kind of Christmas is it proving so far for you, and what kind of Christmas you'll have around the dining table?
It's been very hectic, the lead up. I'm hoping that after tomorrow there'll be a little break. As politicians and a government, balancing the work of ministry and constituency, particularly with what may happen early New Year.
Yes.
Last night I was in my constituency. I had my annual farmers market at Green Acres. And then we had a carol service in Kitson Town Square, so I was up until pretty late. But, you know, it's good because it keeps you in touch with people, and if you're into that line of activity, just to hear people express, you know, appreciation and reflection and so on, it's a good thing. So hectic but interesting, and I like this time of year. I actually love this time of year.
Yes. What kind of year it has been, though? Public health continues to be in the news. This year we got a lot of complaints about service at too many of the public health facilities.
Right. Well, you know, I continue to say that there has been significant improvements and much more to come on the horizon. We often don't speak about those who have gone and gotten through. We speak about the negative cases, which I understand fully. And yes, we've had some that could definitely be avoided with greater levels of empathy and responsiveness to people's queries and concerns. And the whole issue of caring with compassion is a theme that is critical. I think this year, going into next, and we will have to reflect a lot on it, the key to public health reform is not so much about the resources, because I think this government has provided a lot, even where we have some areas that we still have to do better in.
I think the key is a change management function.
You have
We're
to
going
get
to
that
build out
right.
hospitals. We're adding new equipment. We're adding more doctors and nurses. We're going to have to think about our approach to service delivery in a way that is not typical or traditional. And change management is probably one of the more difficult tasks of any organization. And that's where I'm going to try and place my focus in while we try to deal with the implementation of the critical projects like Spanish Town and Cornwall and Western Child and so on. So
Yes.
that to me is a big challenge.
What are you going to have for Christmas dinner?
You know, I'm going to have a word with Fitz Bailey, I must tell you, because it sounds like he's going full 100 in terms of what I heard him say he's going to. I'm going to go a little easier. I'm more into fish as opposed to the other kinds of proteins.
Yes.
And I'll probably stick to that. I can't avoid curry goat. Local goat, of course. Everything else is fake goat, the one that runs into the hills and the countryside. So fish and curry goat are the two proteins that I eat, certainly for the past 7-8 years. Outside of that, it's my, greens. I love my callaloo and some bungo peas and rice. And sweet potato salad. I think that with a little bit of sorrel, which includes a little bit of spirit, should be enough for me to relax with friends.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it, Christopher Tufton, the Minister of Health. Good. And we're going to switch gears. Damian Crawford, good morning.
Morning, my brother. How are you?
I am fine. And you?
I am good, thank you.
What's the plan for Christmas? How are you managing? How is it going?
Well, Christmas is my busy time, You know, I sell eggs and goats.
You make whole heap of money.
Yeah.
You make whole heap of money. This is your best season.
I get a lot of sales.
No, man. Claim it. Own it. You're being prosperous.
Yes, sir.
You're being prosperous.
Yes. That's a merry time for me, yes.
But seriously, how is it going for you? What kind of year has it been for you?
I mean, that's been great for us, when you compare the 2020 to 2022 period after COVID, we can say we are seeing the recovery, personally. As you know, we sell a lot of hotels, and there wasn't a big celebration Christmas.
You had to go there? You had to go there?
Yeah. I'm at the farm.
You're at the farm?
I'm at the farm.
Go ahead.
So yes, it has been a much better year than the last 2 years, 3 years for us. And we are grateful for that. Looking forward to next year and putting plans in place.
Yes. And you're now up in Northwest St. Catherine, seeking to represent the people there. How is that going?
Oh, that is also going well. I am grateful for the way that they have accepted me, and they have been showing me around. And this is also a period that I get to meet a lot more people in a more of a congregation method. So they're having tree lighting and all of that, and it gives me the opportunity to interact in one space with many people. So I've been taking that opportunity as well.
Yeah. In terms of the year about to close, Damian, a big event looming next January, February. How you see it going?
Well, I'm happy that we don't have to be waiting on Dan Anderson polls anymore. I mean, the serious and real poll is coming, because every single month almost we have another conversation about the polls, if it's true, if it's lie, and what has happened. So the real polls is coming, and we're looking forward to that. I'm hoping that it will indicate that the PMP has recovered sufficiently to be victorious, and I know that we have recovered to be competitive.
Yes. And how is it likely to go in your parish now, as in St. Catherine?
Oh, well, as you know, that one is up for great conversation. They want to change the Portmore into a parish. And that would mean that there's a difference in how the St. Catherine municipality will be decided, because then Portmore will no longer be a contributor if that is successful. So what we are doing from our side is to make sure that we carry home our 4, which is Linstead, Yorton, Loyalsville, and Treadways. So our contribution is to secure all 4. and hope that we can hold on from there.
Yes. And what will you be having for Christmas dinner?
Oh, well, this Christmas, my entire family is here, so it's going to be crazy because my mom is here.
Oh.
My eldest sister, my two eldest sisters is also here, and those three lives overseas. So the younger ones, George and Kerry, are not great chefs, so we had to suffer for many a Christmas. But now that Evelyn, Cheryl, and Mummy is here, unlimited food. I don't eat pork. Everything else is on the table. And I try not to eat too much mutton because the profits, you know.
You don't want them about the profit.
No, we don't want to eat the profit. But my mom and my sisters are excellent chefs. So, and as you know, me and Georgia live side by side, so there's 3 kitchens available.
Okay.
And I know breakfast will be excellent, and then we're going to snacks, and they've baked a lot of cakes.
Yes.
You look like they plan to sell cake, it look like, because I've seen about 15 cakes this morning.
Wow.
So it's going to be a wonderful Christmas.
Enjoy.
And people, the children are getting fat, so.
Enjoy, and see you in the new year. Take care.
And Merry Christmas to you, your staff, and all your listeners as well.
Thank you, Damian.
And the goats, them say Merry Christmas as well.
Senator Damian Crawford, the PNP constituency caretaker for Northwest St. Catherine. That's it for the morning session. Time now for the World at Noon.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock. Like a rock, I was strong as I could be. Like a rock, nothing ever got to me. Like a rock, I was something to see. Like a rock.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
12 o'clock.
It's credible and factual. The World at Noon on Nationwide 90 FM.
Good afternoon, I'm Robianne Williams. Coming up in the Nationwide World at Noon for today, Thursday, December 21, 2023. Manhunt underway to recapture 7 inmates who escaped from the Aracabessa police station in St. Mary. Don Anderson poll shows the JLPs has even support across age demographics, while the PNP maintains hold on older voters heading into local government elections. MP for Southeast Clarendon, Pearnel Charles Jr. rejects criticism that he failed to collaborate with PNP councillors in the constituency. Just Cert is encouraging citizens to use reputable websites that they're familiar with when shopping online, especially during the holiday season. In regional news, remembrance concert for late soca artist Ricardo Drew invokes tears and happy memories. And in international news, a shooter at Prague University kills 10 and leaves dozens injured. The details after the break.
Tell me where you get the money transfer. Where you get the money transfer. Where you get the money transfer.
Christmas a come, give our money a run. Ask your sender to select cash pickup and collect your MoneyGram money transfer of $150 or more until December 23 at any Alliance agent for a chance to be one of 14 winners of 100,000 Jamaican dollars from each parish.
Tell me where you get the money transfer.
Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
The Midday News is brought to you by Total Tools. We almost always have it.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. A manhunt is now underway to recapture 7 men who broke out of the Aracabessa police station in St. Mary on Thursday morning. The inmates were discovered missing during a routine cell check at about 6 a.m. Preliminary reports are that they cut through a ventilation grill. The escapees were in custody for serious crimes including murder and aggravated robbery. They are 24-year-old Trey Walker of Claremont in St. Anne, who is charged with rape. 25-year-old Jamala Vernon of Boscobel St. Mary, who is charged with robbery. 22-year-old Philip Williams of Belfield St. Mary, who is charged with shooting with intent. 22-year-old Linton Bailey of Jacks River St. Mary, who is charged with shooting. 26-year-old LaShawn Davidson of Jacks River St. Mary, who is charged with shooting. 21-year-old Nolando Atkinson of Pimento Walk St. Anne and Boscobel St. Mary, who is charged with robbery, and 28-year-old Gavin Hurd of Stony Hill St. Andrew and Enfield St. Mary, who is on a murder charge. Anyone with information that can assist in locating these men is being asked to contact the Aracabessa Police at 876-726-0698, Crime Stop at 311, the JCF tip line at 811, or the nearest police station. The governing JLP is attracting fair support across the different age demographics, while the opposition PNP maintains its hold on older voters ahead of local government elections due by February next year. That's the word from CEO of Market Research Services Limited, Don Anderson. Anderson made the revelation while commenting on his recent poll, which found the JLP with a razor-thin 23 to 22% lead over the PNP.
Amongst the young persons, this is where the Jamaica Labour Party continues to manifest itself, if you wish. But we also note that an environment from the age perspective where the People's National Party has always performed very well. We're finding a substantial number of Jamaica Labour Party supporters amongst the older group as well, all right? So that there's a kind of evenness across the age profile, age cohort, in terms of the support for the Jamaica Labour Party.
The local government elections are due to be held by February 26 next year. The local polls were last held in November 2016. Both parties say they are pretty much ready for the elections. Mr. Anderson says the PNP continues to show strength among older voters.
Where the People's National Party continues to be fairly weak amongst the young persons 18 to 24, but is strong amongst those in the 55 to 64 age group. So that's the profile of the persons who say they intend to vote for the respective parties. So there's some very interesting dynamics being revealed in terms of the demographic profiles of the voters to each party.
Don Anderson, Chief Executive Officer of Market Research Services Limited. The Member of Parliament for South East Clarendon, the JLP's Pearnel Charles Jr., has rejected criticism that he has shunned collaboration with councillors from the opposition People's National Party, PNP, in the constituency. He made the comment in wake of a heated verbal altercation with councillor for the Hayes Division, Cian Barneswell, over road works being done in the division. Mr. Charles was accused of seeking to sideline the councillor.
And this argument that the MP is not trying to collaborate is rubbish, because anybody who assesses my conduct as MP and where I allocate my funds and how I deal with the people, whether they like me or not, sees a clear distinction between how I lead in my area. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter who you're affiliated to. If you need help and I can give you the help, I give you the help. Salt River, who has not gotten water, has it. That's why Raymond, who on the road, has it.
Mr. Charles, the Minister of Labour and Social Security, says he has made repeated efforts to contact Councillor Barneswell.
I can tell you this, and when the gentleman comes on the radio, when he comes, ask him to open up his phone. Ask him to tell you how many times the Member of Parliament has called it, to the point where even when I'm in public events, I have to mention, I said, but Barneswell, answer your phone, brother, in a joke. But it's true. I have messaged him down to November. I messaged him in 2021. I messaged him again in 2022 about Christmas work. No response. Now, let me tell you, I'm not a puppy show. So the government is held to account that we must try to make partnership and that we should collaborate. But if we make the effort and it is not responded to, what should we do? Stop the work?
Pearnel Charles Jr., MP for South East Clarendon, efforts to reach Cian Barneswell were unsuccessful. Head of the Jamaica Cyber Incident Response Team, JASERT, Lieutenant Colonel Godfrey Sterling, is encouraging shoppers to use reputable websites when purchasing items online, especially during the holiday season. He says there are certain features one should look for on a website.
When you seek to use an online platform, you want to look for the lock. You want to look for that little padlock in the corner of your URL tab, or you want to ensure that the URL begins with the letters HTTPS. What this means is that secure socket layer is enforced on the site, and it means your transactions, your transfers are a little more secure than those sites that don't have it. So these are probably the two basic ones you want to look for as far as online shopping.
Lieutenant Colonel Sterling is also advising members of the public to be cautious of websites asking you to enter too much personal information.
So, for example, a platform that is selling toys, there's absolutely no reason why they need your date of birth or your PRN or anything like that as you try to make the transaction. What should be of interest to them would be the method you're paying by and your mailing address, just in case the payment method doesn't work out. How you secure yourself. You want to ensure that you're researching what you're buying. A lot of times the return policy for things purchased online is a lot less stringent than if you went into a brick and mortar store. And so they sometimes prove a bit challenging if when you get the item you bought, you realize it's not quite what you wanted. So do the research. It might take a little more time, but it really does work out in the end.
Lieutenant Colonel Godfrey Sterling, head of JASERT, he was speaking during Nationwide at 5 on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Colonel Sterling says Jamaicans should exercise due diligence when purchasing online to avoid compromising their personal information.
You try not to use your debit card because the debit card is linked to your main account or to an account with additional cash in there. So if you must do that purchase based on the deal you're seeing, use a credit card or use some other platform such as Link or WePay or something that has a limited amount of cash tied to it. You really want to ensure that you're not so caught up with it that you're not looking for things like misspellings, you're looking for things like the change in the top level domains. Additionally, you want to look at what exactly is being offered, the price it's being offered for, and some of the special conditions that are attached to it.
Lieutenant Colonel Godfrey Sterling, head of JASERT. In the meantime, chairman of the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica's Innovation and Digital Transformation Committee, Christopher Record, is urging Jamaicans to be vigilant when connecting to free public Wi-Fi.
Because the public Wi-Fi provided is for general access and general use, whoever is providing that public access may not make the investment to put in all the necessary type of security that's required. They're just providing, let's call it a social good or something free for their customers. What happens in some of these instances is that bad actors, the cyber criminals, will go to places that a lot of people come to use free Wi-Fi, and they set up fake Wi-Fi, which is connected to the free Wi-Fi, and then they try to pull off information that you will put in your names and passwords and all of that. So that's something that happens out there in general. Do not use free Wi-Fi access to do any sort of banking transaction.
Christopher Record, he is encouraging members of the public to exercise caution when clicking on hyperlinks.
It is the season to be scamish, right? The bank never ever sends out anything like that. Do not click on those things because it is a recipe for disaster. So beware of social media shopping ads also. Again, now people are just down and scrolling. When all of a sudden there's a massive offer that comes up, they use very innovative marketing and fancy pictures. When you click on that, it takes you to a site that you think you're going, but it's a different site you're going.
And Mr. Record says Jamaicans need to pay more attention to their bank statements.
Sometimes some things happen and we don't realize that a certain activity occurred and all of a sudden funds might have left our account, or we thought we went to a certain site. We put in our banking information, and then when we go on the bank statement, it's a different name because there's one little thing that was different. Instead of a .com, it became a .net, and you didn't even realize that all of a sudden you thought you paid $100 for something, but somebody has scammed you out of $1,000. So it is massively important to scrutinize your bank statement.
Christopher Record, chairman of the PSOJ's Innovation and Digital Transformation Committee. Head of the Police Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, PSTEB, Assistant Commissioner Gary McKenzie, says since the new Road Traffic Act took effect, there's been a welcome reduction in the use of mobile phones by drivers. ACP McKenzie was speaking with the media following the handing over of 3,000 handheld ticketing devices to the police on Tuesday.
I believe that there is a reduction in terms of distraction. One of the offences that came on stream was the police being able to prosecute for drivers using cell phones and looking at videos and so on. And so over 14,000 traffic tickets have been issued for that offence. And so I believe persons are more cautious and they are concentrating more on their driving as a result of that.
The new Road Traffic Act came into effect in February. ACP McKenzie says since the police began using the portable handheld ticketing devices, they've issued over 300,000 traffic tickets.
We have seen that over 300,000 tickets have been issued through 700 devices that we have. And so with this acquisition, our enforcement can be more potent. We really don't expect to continue to be issuing a lot of tickets because we expect that behavior to be changed and that persons will drive more responsibly. But the fact is that as long as the undisciplined behaviors are out there, then we have to act on it.
ACP Gary McKenzie, head of the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch. Opposition leader Mark Golding says the door is open for more women to join and represent the PNP in local government and general elections.
The People's National Party is built on women. Most of our party workers are women. A great number of the leadership, increasing number of the leadership are women. And there's space for women in the politics. So women bring to leadership and to representation a different set of skills and an emotional approach which is conducive to caring and to empathy. And I think that goes well in representational politics because it's a people business. And the skills that women have are particularly useful, I think, in being successful in representing people well. So I would encourage women to get involved, yes.
Mr. Golding was speaking at a meet and mingle held at his office on West Kings House Road in St. Andrew on Tuesday. He acknowledged that women tend to face more challenges than men when involved in representational politics.
One is never satisfied, because our ultimate objective would be to achieve gender parity, full gender parity. But that's a journey. The system we have, the political system we have, it doesn't really make that an easy thing to achieve because of what it takes to be successful in representational politics. But we have been deliberate in trying to encourage, where possible, female representation. So it's not something that we're doing by chance or it's not an accidental thing. It's something that we're always seeking to, where we can achieve that, we try and achieve it.
Mark Golding, opposition leader. Jamaica's Dravid Dixon secured a silver medal at the International Optoelectronic Skills Competition in Shanghai, China. Dixon, a trainee at the Hart NSTA Trust National Tools and Engineering Institute, copped the medal during the 5-day competition, which ran from December 15 to 19. The competition included representatives from countries such as Brazil, Japan, Austria, and China, which emerged as the overall winners. Minister with responsibility for digital transformation, Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, says Dravid's silver medal finish is a significant achievement and a testament to the transformational work being done at the Hart NSTA Trust. To regional news now, a candlelight vigil and remembrance concert were held at the Antigua Recreation Ground on Tuesday night for the late soca artist Ricardo Drew. People from across the region expressed their profound sadness at the sudden death of one of Antigua's biggest cultural icons. Drew was reportedly found unresponsive at his home last Tuesday. He was 38 years old. Drew's final act before that fateful Tuesday morning was putting the final touches on his latest album, entitled My Year, to be released on January 18. Further afield, Czech police say 10 people have been killed and dozens injured in a shooting at Charles University in central Prague. Police say the gunman has been eliminated and that the building is being evacuated. University staff were reportedly told to stay put and barricade themselves in rooms and turn off the lights. Prime Minister Petr Fiala says he has cancelled upcoming engagements in light of the tragic events. That's it for local, regional and international news. Sports is next.
The Midday News was brought to you by Total Tools. We almost always have it.
This Christmas, start something truly special when you open a homeowner's savings plan or HOSP with CIBC First Caribbean. First step is to set your savings goal and timeline and save towards it with a preferential interest rate. When you hit your goal, HOSP will help you jingle all the way home with a mortgage discount and even an additional loan towards closing costs. 'Tis the season to save for your home. Give yourself the gift of getting started with CIBC First Caribbean.
Beneficiaries. The PATH payment cycle begins on December 13, 2023. Post offices and payment agencies will deliver payments based on last names up to December 22, 2023. Check the weekend star to find out when and where you should collect. If you miss your date, you must collect between December 27 and December 28, 2023. For more information, call PATH at 876-922-8007 or visit the ministry's website at www.mlss.gov.jm. PATH. Advancing your family. Developing Jamaica. A message from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. Fearless and fair. Nationwide 90 FM.
From the Nationwide News Network, comprehensive, up-to-the-minute local and international sports news. This is the Nationwide Sports at Noon.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to sports here on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Wayne Walker. West Indies and England will face off in the fifth and deciding T20 International at the Barnlower Stadium this afternoon at 3 o'clock Jamaica time. The series is locked up at 2-2. England won the fourth game by 75 runs a couple of nights ago, and the West Indies captain Robman Powell says the bowlers in particular need to up their game.
A lot of emphasis is placed on the bowling. For the last 2 games or so, we haven't done well as a bowling group. Provides an opportunity for us to do that, and we must bowl better. It is no two-way about that. As a batting group, we just have to keep continuing to try our best to put scores on the board, or whatever we get, we just have to try to run it down as a batting group.
And he says what he's noticed is that the bowlers are lacking in creativity.
I think a lot of variation. Whenever you goes on wickets that are very good, you have to have proper variation and your skills come into play. Skill sets such as Yorker, that is attacking Yorkers, and wide Yorker, which is a defensive Yorker. Sometimes it's the best option to go. When the pitch is good, you want to use as small a portion of the pitch as possible.
Opener, that's Robman Powell. Opener Phil Salt has been fire for England. He scored back-to-back hundreds. Salt has so far scored 293 runs in the 4 games so far, including an unbeaten 109 in Game 3 and 119 in Game 4. And Powell says they have a special plan to dismiss Salt this time around.
Yeah, we have bowling plans for England. Top 6, top 7 batters, the guys who we think will hurt us or can hurt us, and Phil Salt is definitely one of those players. He scored back-to-back hundreds against us, so he's definitely someone that we're looking on to see how best we can dismiss him. We come up with plans against him, and as I say in countless interviews, we just haven't been executing those plans properly. We still think that we have good plans against him, but the execution is where we're falling down.
Robman Powell, remind you the game starts at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Zimbabwe cricketers Wesley Mahavir and Brandon Mavuta have been suspended after failing in-house doping tests. Zimbabwe Cricket said the pair tested positive for a banned recreational drug and will face a disciplinary hearing. Mahavir have played some 2 test matches, 36 one-day internationals and 60 T20s. Mavuta played in 4 tests, 12 one-day internationals and 10 T20s. Both were in the squad for the one-day series against Ireland this month, with Zimbabwe lost 2-0. The suspensions came after head coach Dave Houghton resigned on Wednesday over Zimbabwe's failure to reach next year's T20 World Cup, saying he had lost the changing room. England and Sydney Sixers all-rounder Tom Curran has been banned for 4 games in Australia's Big Bash League after being found guilty of intimidating an umpire. He was charged over an incident on December 11 before a game against Hobart Hurricanes in Launceston. Cricket Australia found that Curran was involved in a disagreement with an umpire during the warm-up. Curran and his club denied the offence and planned to appeal. In the build-up to the game, the 4th umpire, who is tasked with supervising the pitch, asked Curran not to run on the pitch, but Cricket Australia's Code of Conduct Commissioner Adrian Anderson found that Curran then attempted to perform a practice run-up and run on the pace straight towards the umpire who stood in the bowling crease facing Curran. The umpire stepped to his right to avoid the risk of collision. The incident was deemed to be intimidation or attempted intimidation of an umpire or match referee under the Cricket Code Australia. According to the BBL's rule, only the captain and team are permitted to walk on the pitch to assess its condition prior to the start of play, with spike footwear also not allowed before the match. Former Australia women's captain and head of the Sixers, Rachel Haynes, said Tom and the club maintained that he did not knowingly or intentionally intimidate a match official, and on legal advice, they'll exercise their right to appeal the decision. The ban means that Curran, who has not played for England since 2021, will miss the Sixers clash with the Adelaide Strikers on Friday and will not be available until their game against Brisbane Heat on January 3. Leaders Mount Pleasant Academy will look to bounce back from defeats in their last 2 games when they take on Treasure Beach in the Ray and Nephew Jamaica Premier League at Stets this afternoon at 3. The champions have secured only 1 point in their last 3 outings, but they should start favourites still against the 12th place opponent. In the other fixtures, the Portmore United team will take on Lime Hall, Harbourview will face Vere, Cavalier against Tivoli, and Dunby Holden will take on Humber Lion. Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp has told any supporter not in the right shape for Saturday's massive game against the table toppers Arsenal to give their ticket to someone else. Klopp, whose side are a point behind the Gunners, criticised the Anfield atmosphere during Wednesday's 5-1 Carabao Cup quarter-final victory over West Ham United. The Reds galloped their joint biggest win of the season to book a 2-legged last 4 encounter with Fulham, yet despite goals for his side from Dominic Szoboszlai, Cody Gakpo, Mohamed Salah and Curtis Jones, who scored twice, Klopp felt the atmosphere inside the stadium was sort of flat. That was even though it was just the second time there were 57,000 present after the opener of the upper tier of the Anfield Road stand. After Sunday's goalless draw with Manchester United, television pundit Gary Neville said the atmosphere was the worst he has seen at Anfield, and Klopp was no more complimentary.
We need Anfield on Saturday. Without Anfield, I would say after they didn't play this week, just to make sure I know, sorry, they didn't play. They prepare for this game, and who knows a little bit about them, they will be prepared. So we need Anfield on their toes from the first second, without me having an argument with the opposition coach, whatever. We need you from the first second. So if you really want, if it's too much football in December, I don't know, sorry, we have to play it as well. But if you are not in the right shape, give your ticket to somebody else.
Balling start already? That's Jurgen Klopp. 12:30 on Saturday, make it a date. Revamp plans for a controversial European Super League have been announced after a top court ruled that banning clubs from joining a breakaway league was unlawful. The proposal is for a league system which would include 64 men's clubs and 32 women's clubs. The plans for a new ESL format would rival the current UEFA tournaments. Now, following the announcement, Manchester United said in a statement they remain fully committed to UEFA competitions. United were one of the founding clubs of the original breakaway league, but backed out following widespread condemnation of the plans. The club said their position has not changed and they remain dedicated to positive cooperation with UEFA, the Premier League, and fellow clubs through the European Clubs Association on the continued development of the European game. A case was brought by the ESL and its backers, claiming UEFA and FIFA were breaking competitions law by threatening to sanction those who joined the breakaway league. Today, the European Court of Justice found against the governing bodies, but said that did not mean a breakaway league would necessarily be approved. But the ruling has opened the door, at the very least, for new proposals to be put forward and for clubs to look to organize and manage European football competitions. The Adelaide Thunderbirds have added one of netball's biggest names to their shooting lineup for the 2024 Suncor Super Netball League, welcoming international star, the Jamaican Romelda Aiken-George. Aiken-George brings a wealth of experience to the side, having played 214 National League games and serving as a key player on the international stage for Jamaica in over a decade. She's been a dominant force on the national stage since she signed with the Queensland Firebirds in 2008, helping them to win 3 premierships and collecting 2 back-to-back MVP trophies in the process. And finally, in sports at this time, Joel Embiid scored a season-high 51 points. He grabbed 12 boards as the Philadelphia 76ers beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 127-113 in the NBA. The 29-year-old is the first NBA player to score more than 30 points and 10 rebounds in 12 consecutive games since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar 51 years ago. Well, that's why he's the MVP, right? Abdul-Jabbar's record stands at 16 games for the Milwaukee Bucks in 1972. Embiid helped the Sixers to their 7th win in 8 games. The Cameroonian scored 20 points in the first half, then completed the 7th 50-pointer of his career and the second of the season late in the fourth quarter. It inflicted a first loss in 5 games on the Western Conference leaders, the Timberwolves. Embiid, the NBA's top scorer, also became the first Sixers since Wilt Chamberlain, that's Wilt the Stilt, in 1967 to score more than 40 points and grab 10 boards in 3 consecutive games. Elsewhere, Boston moved 21-6 at the top of the Eastern Conference. They scored a 114-119 victory, 144-119 victory over Sacramento. The LA Clippers extended their winning streak to 9 with a 121-11 victory over Dallas. Meanwhile, 2-time NBA MVP Nikola Jokic scored 31 points and added 15 boards as the reigning champions Denver beat Toronto 113-104. That will do it for sports. Sports is going to be back on the station at 5:25 this afternoon. Until then, I'm Wayne Walker. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
God bless you if you get this a contract, but we need money to buy tools.
Woman, don't worry about that. From me find out about Total Tools, me realize it. Them rate everything. Chakama, chainsaw, backhoe, forklift, water pump, light tower, and so we can work night and day and get the job done fast.
Total Tools Rental. Rent tools. Big tools, small tools, long tools, short tools. Total Tools, Main Street, Ocherius and Slipe Road, Kingston. From a pin to an anchor. Call 876-908-0667 or 876-994-1653. Total Tools.
To recap our top stories making the world at noon, manhunt underway to recapture 7 inmates who escaped from the Aracabessa police station in St. Mary. Don Anderson poll shows the JLPs has even support across age demographics, while the PNP maintains hold on older voters heading into the local government elections. MP for Southeast Clarendon Pearnel Charles Jr. rejects criticism that he failed to collaborate with PNP councillors in the constituency. I'm Robianne Williams. You can find the news on our website at nationwideradiojm.com and on the Nationwide app available on Google Play and the App Store. Major news next at 5. Good afternoon.
Love, care for, and protect our women and girls.
We are your family. We are your friends. Don't hurt us.
End violence against women and girls.
The time brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister is
12:31.
Enough power tool, big to small. Chakama figure dig the wall. Our Total Tools. Feed back a figure trim the lawn. We have everything a job demand. Total Tools. We rent them, sell them and fix them. Also give Total Tools a call. When they say home improvement, landscape construction, a Total Tools are your option. Home improvement, landscape construction, Total Tools are your option. Total Tools located at 102 Main Street, Ocherius and 34 Slipe Road, Kingston. Call or visit us today.
Christmas is a yard man thing.
We know everyone gets busy in their own way, but for those visiting friends and family, Yardman Gas Station should be your number one fuel option or your last-minute stop for that one needed item. Because you chose Yardman, when you cook your Christmas dinner, the gas nah gonna run out. Let's get through the season together. It's a Yardman thing. Have a blessed season.
But is this real? Hey Greg, come look at this. Oh my, it's happening. Mr. Daniels, the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger.
Sir, the clicks are off the charts.
Hello, sales? What's the emergency? 9,000 clicks in one day? 3,000 order? So how much we have left? What? I soon call you back. Mr. Nakamoto, it's Danny from Jamaica. I need 5,000 of the big ones. We're back in business.
Yes, sir. Arigato. Suene.
Amplify your brand. Let Nationwide 90 FM assist you in tapping into a captivated audience across our social media platforms. For more information, contact us at 876-630-1210 or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Businesses, companies, and entrepreneurs, let's supercharge your brand.
Tune in to our program live from our YouTube channel, Nationwide 90 FM. And remember to like, subscribe, and share our content. And we're also on WhatsApp at 876-285-5693.
Timeline with the stinger, Honey Bee.
Good afternoon, 12:34 in the afternoon, and it's all about what's trending on the timeline with a sweet one, yes, the stinger. Honeybee, how are you?
I am well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
I missed you dearly yesterday.
Me too.
Don't call what I'm on the entire run. I don't know. Mr. Hughes, he's such a party pooper.
Party pooper?
Yeah, man, he's terrible, man. Here, boy, I have street cred, and he now make me destroy him street cred. After I was trying to teach this man the drift. Because we said to him, all right, Mr. You started with these moves, you know. Yes. I didn't get to do it on Tuesday, but we're picking up, yeah, because we want to get ready for Friday. All of us are going to be in the courtyard. So as a team, to get a nationwide family, we can do it. You know, ring out the year and so
I'll be ready by Friday.
Oh, no, the man don't get up.
Oh
no!
He's a Grinch.
And have the audacity if you laugh after you know.
And me?
Yes, then wait now. He showed us a clip of you dancing to. You have it, Nora? Let's take a walk down memory lane again. Your boss some move still in a minute. It was a joy. It was a joy to see you.
No. In this business, you know, you are here to inform, educate, and entertain.
And just have a little fun
sometimes. Have a little fun.
It's not that serious.
No.
What kind of street cred terror on the top board?
Oh, please, about street cred.
I'm telling you.
Good afternoon, Tyrone Reed.
So, David is reminding me that somebody in the YouTube chat was like, Marvelly cred gone.
Yes.
Yeah, them say, can't come back to Marvelly. No, they beat him for sure. Because I was saying, Tyrone, honestly, because to him go on over you dancing, here we go. We can't get the sound, Nora? Yes. You come to me wild and wild. You come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. Speak the language of love like you know what it means. It can't be wrong. To our YouTubers who's getting another treat of these smooth moves by the one and only Cliff Hughes. Better than all the rest. Woo!
No Nora, come match that.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes, you know, just enjoy yourself.
Exactly.
Like no one's watching. Not Tyrone. Not Tyrone. Yeah. To be honest, I never knew of them kind of moves, yeah. No, man, it was a joy. It is a joy to see you having fun.
You should have catch me when I'm...
When you're younger.
What?
Oh my gosh. All right, guys, let's dive in. What's hot? What is trending? Winter solstice. The 2023 winter solstice is today, December 21, at 10:27 p.m. Eastern Time. The exact time and date of the solstice changes slightly each year. It most often falls on December 21, though sometimes occurs on December 22. Today, we turn the corner toward longer days and a bit more sunlight. Today will be the shortest day and longest night of the year in Earth's northern hemisphere.
Oh.
Yep. So on Friday, I don't know who needs this, but we'll start gaining a few more seconds of daylight.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah. I don't know.
And you feel a Christmas breeze, you know.
Oh my gosh. Nice.
What?
Yes, man. We welcome it. With open arms.
You know, I walk.
In the mornings.
I walk in the mornings.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it is particularly beautiful, invigorating to walk at this time of the year.
What time do you usually go out?
I don't want to say
all
that.
Right, make you stay. No, but,
But, you know, morning.
Yeah. Do you get to see the sun peeking up?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the breeze, the air we breathe at this time.
So fresh.
Yes.
A country like them.
And for the first 10 minutes when you are walking, you're just lapping it up.
Yeah.
You don't start to break a sweat
Yeah.
until after the first 10, 15 minutes.
Uh-huh.
But then it is so, as I said the word, invigorating.
Yes.
That's when I get to think.
I was just going to say to you, do you find that you think a lot during that time?
Yes. Yes, and new ideas. You reflect on things happening.
True.
Or things that have not happened.
I find that I'm a bit clearer at that time of day.
Yes.
And it's as if, you know, yes, the world is full of worries. You may have all these things to contend about, but it's in that moment you feel this sense of gratitude.
Right.
Yeah, you know?
And then you know what is very good for me? When I'm finished doing the hour and a half or 2 hours as it may be, and I look at my phone and I see how many miles I've walked. And you test the heart rate.
Sure.
And then you feel, say, yes, you accomplish.
That's good.
Yeah?
That's really good.
But I want to say thanks to Karen. Karen Booker was my pixie at the office.
Oh, I was going to ask you about that as well, yeah.
And Karen gave me a watch. I'm going to get familiar with it.
Oh, is it a watch that sort of helps to tabulate your steps and even your sleep too?
Exactly.
It's very good.
Thank you very much, Karen.
That's a very good gift.
Yes, and she gave me a reading light as well. To put around your forehead with a bulb. Yeah, so I can read a little bit more comfortably now in the morning.
Very practical.
Very practical. She did her homework.
She did. I like that.
So I'm proud of my pixie.
Yeah, man, big up yourself, pixie.
Karen Booker of the Design Studio and the Sound Off. Who was your pixie?
My pixie, you mean the one I gifted or? Triple X.
Triple X?
Yes.
Oh.
But he wasn't here yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to give him a big snuggly hug. You know?
He would love that.
Yes. And when I told Karen, I was like, Karen picked Triple is my pixie. She was surprised. She was like, what? I was like, yes. So she was like, oh, interesting. So which means, you know, perhaps they were having discussions behind the scenes. Like, you know, people like to guess and spell who their pixies are.
Right.
And I remember one particular day I brought him a cup. A really nice cup. It's a sort of cup that has this very sexy shape. I'm gonna have to show it to you after.
Shape.
I know it's the lines are just so, you know, I don't know. It just feels really good in your hand. And it says good morning. Good afternoon. Because you know he's really an afternoon guy.
Yeah.
And apparently when he comes to work, it's when he has his tea and so on and so forth. Right. So I saw the cups and I was like, oh, I have to get one of these for him. And I nicely packaged it and put it in, a bag and everything. So when I arrived at work, apparently Karen had just gotten her gift from her pixie, who is Donna V.
Oh.
Yes, he gave her a nice little bag and a candle and everything. So she was showing off on the show, and I said, whoa, my pixie get me up now, babe. Your pixie not get you nothing. Your pixie not love you. My pixie love me. One bag of something, you know. So same time I reached and I gave it to Lunette. Said, Lunette, can you put a note on it to say, I hope you feel triple the love? And she was like, no, we don't have no time. I'm just going to tell him it because something's happening in there. No, because she was hearing, you know, everything after she had delivered the gift to Karen. So she go in there, bust in there and give it to Triple. Whoa, the place down for dog. And Triple said, my bag bigger than your bag. And he went in there to go the cover and he loved it.
Very good.
And Karen, oh, my hands fit better in it. But it's really such a cute cup, really cute design. And he seemed pleased and he was like, he's going to have.
So what did you get
in
from
this.
your pixie?
So from my pixie, I got an Amazon gift card.
Oh.
Which is good. I mean, that's what I put on my thing. But I noticed, though, that I feel like next year, I don't want to give my pixie any ideas. Did you put that you wanted a watch on yours?
No.
What you put?
Nothing. I did not answer that question.
Yeah, I just want
you want
to be surprised.
Exactly.
And to see how much thought my pixie put into the gift. You know what I mean?
Right. Well,
Yeah.
my pixie did her homework.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, David is just reminding me that I received a chest of drawers from Mark's Superstore Furniture and Appliances. Yes, it's in the studio right there, sir. He delivered it here, so he's now part of the E-Zone family.
Oh,
yes, he's a sponsor of the show. Yes, and apparently, you know, he sponsors one of our time signals, and he listens a lot.
Yeah.
And I met him in person at Long Story Short. Okay, I'm full of story, so I went to Long Story Short to tell a story, and he came up to me and was like, "Honey, I listen to you every day." I'm Stefan. I was like, "Hi, nice to meet you." So
who is this, Mark?
Mark Ramanand.
Okay.
Yes, so he owns Mark Superstore in Clarendon.
And
so he bought some time signals in the show, and you know he's been listening and so on.
Yes.
I know the sales rep, she had come to me and say, you know, Mark Superstore is coming on board. You know, such a fan of yours, whatever. So I was talking on the show that since I moved into my new place, a suitcase me a live out. You understand?
Lord
because
have mercy.
me know you're gonna say, our generation we not keep nothing, this with that.
Yes.
But you know, I say it's just the reality of life.
Yeah, your generation.
My generation. We just me not live out a suitcase for months. I'm tired. I mean, so me can't, but every day just I go in the suitcase every time I need something for put on it. I clean. You understand? And I'm telling you that he surprised me. It's still in there. I'm getting someone to move it for me today to move it. He changed my life, okay? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
That's big.
Special big up to Mark.
He changed your life?
Yeah, because no, I every meet that woman suitcase and
David.
And I stoop down.
That's so light, boy. I just
Yeah, you know.
Yes.
But when you talk about practicality and you know, like, it's something I needed, you know. And that's the thing. I don't like when we give gifts that's just stuff. Like you just have a bucket, you just have things pile up that you don't really use. I think we really should think about our pixies. No, not like don't say like a mug. That mug. Listen, okay, so David is like he's sure Triplex had mugs before. I'm gonna show you the mug, Mr. Hughes, because this is a mug amongst mugs.
Don't take on David here.
You understand? This mug is not no ordinary mug. You weren't in the pixie, David?
Oh, you didn't put it spade in the pixie, so you expect forget.
I mean, I say, you expect somebody to just surprise you. So this, I have one of it. This one says "Good Morning Sunshine." Tell the truth, Mr. Hughes. Isn't that a very nice mug?
It is. It
then
is.
the mug, they're not ordinary mug.
It looks classy.
Classy mug.
Yes.
So Triplex can dash while I'm other mug them. You understand? Or he could just leave this mug at work.
Yes.
You know, and him have it when him come in. So, yeah, I'm sure. But I actually had a story about a pixie. So the question is, did your pixie deliver? Yours delivered. Mine delivered. It says, Christmas is the season of giving. And one way to celebrate this aspect is through gift exchanges. Now, a fun and easy way to give and receive gifts is taking part in a pixie gift exchange. And a lot of people didn't, because I feel like people are putting a lot of pressure on themselves in terms of they feel like they have to buy something grand. It's not about that. It's a thought, Mr. Hughes.
Absolutely.
It could be a little chocolate that you put on my desk. I appreciate it, you know? All right. So we came across a video on TikTok from King Kunta, and he has been enjoying the treats from his wife's pixie. Let's listen to this clip. Do we have it ready, Nora? All right, here we go.
So, may I do this video for actually give a shout out to whoever my wife Pixie is. I just appreciate all the gifts that you've been sending her, and I've really been enjoying them. So, first of all, some things I'm gonna like if you can add on the list of treats, like more Nature Valley. Because I realize say I buy Nature Valley, but really the honey and nuts one. I like if you can buy like fruits and nuts as well when you include it. I appreciate the almond joy though, really nice touch. And that lotion that you bring in the other day, I take that for myself. I actually need that. I should do with that. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. And for the final gift, I did ensure I put some things on it for myself. So I like if you can just boom on that too. That's it. Appreciate it. I hope we get you back next year. Because I like how you give. It's very nice. Yeah, man. That is it.
The audacity of this here fellow. But it's the same thing that happened in the newsroom because Mahiri, his pixie was gifting him a lot of chocolate, but him not eat chocolate. So Ruby and the rest of the ladies, they had a ball.
We're having it.
Yeah.
No, who was Mahiri's pixie? Because that pixie was very... It was Lunette!
And you see what Lunette got him at the fan for his laptop.
Oh.
Very nice.
No, he was a winner of this
All
year's pixie.
wine him get on so, and guess what? Him no drink. But he said he gave it to his mom.
Yeah.
yes.
No, Mahiri was flooded with gifts.
Yeah, he was very well treated, I heard.
Oh, good for you, Lunette. You can't be my pixie next year.
Can I tell you? And my pixie who treated me was Adrian.
Oh.
Yes. And Adrian really did such a great job.
Yeah.
Every day him give me gift bag. The more I gift bag, I have Mr. Hughes.
Oh.
And he gave me this honey flavored alcohol, and then he gave me rum cream. I mean, I said, no man, this is somebody a nicey.
He must send you a message.
So big up to Adrian. I really appreciate you. I did feel rather special. Thank you. Yes. That's where we're gonna leave it for the timeline for today. But Mr. Hughes, listen. I trust that you will do your homework.
Yeah.
And you will practice your moves.
Madriff.
Yes.
Tomorrow?
So that come Friday, the whole team, we can get together and we can just do something nice and
all right,
post it on social media.
Gotta shell down the place.
Cha! That is it.
After the break, your calls.
We're counting down the days to that magical time of year, and at Active Home Center, we have so many gifts to share. Let's get together for the holidays and make every room and floor feel the magic this Christmas from the treasures we have in store. Tiles, kitchen and appliances, windows and doors, bathrooms, furniture, lighting, and so much more. Visit our showrooms in Kingston and Montego Bay or online at ActiveHomeCenter.com. Active Home Center, more savings, more choices.
Christmas is on the way and bringing friends and family with it. I'm Jack, owner of Paradise Patio Furniture and Grills in Montego Bay. This year, entertain in style with a new patio or dining set and grill from Paradise Patio. We offer teak, aluminum, and wicker furniture, umbrellas too. Our high-quality American-made grills make a great gift, and we offer easy financing on everything. Buy today and enjoy tonight at Paradise Patio Furniture and Grills, Winter Village Mall, Montego Bay.
You deserve a beautiful home. Join the expert Karen Booker, your design diva, this and every Saturday at 1 to 2 p.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM. Learn what's really behind the design. Access insights and hacks that'll have your home looking like it was snatched from a magazine cover. From cushions to curtains, choosing colors to carpets, Karen will teach you the secret of the pros. That's the Design Studio every Saturday at 1 p.m. here on Nationwide 90.
Our phone numbers are 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255.
So the last person we're going to be talking with today about Christmas, one of our contributors over the year that was, for several years, noted attorney, Bert Samuels. Good afternoon.
What's up, Cliff? Good to hear you. Greetings to your listeners.
And greetings to you too, sir. How is it for the Christmas?
Well, Christmas is for the kids, so I'm making sure that the kids are okay. Some of them are in their 30s, but I'm still the daddy.
30s, yes, still daddy. Never stop being a daddy. So, what's on the menu for Christmas Day?
Well, the menu for Christmas is for me to get my staff happy. So, we have a staff complement of 27 at Night Junior and Samuels, of which I'm one of the partners. So we're making the staff happy, and that's a huge responsibility, but we've planned for it. And then in my community, there'll be a children's street.
Yes.
And that's how it normally goes, staff and neighborhood. And it's the poorer part of my community.
Where is that?
That's in Belvedere, Red Hills.
Okay. So you'll be treating members of the community as well?
Yes, I will.
And on the day itself for Christmas dinner?
Oh, that's family. Now, Cliff, I'm from a family of 11. One passed, unfortunately. So the Canadians and the U.S. and the British some of them are here already. So it's a big namming.
Wow.
And at that time, Cliff, because I'm number 7, I have to behave myself and listen to my elders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Bert Samuels there turning around the table.
You're simply little brother Bert.
Yes, and my little sister Jackie has to behave herself too.
Oh, Jackie is after you or before you?
It wouldn't seem so, but I'm her big brother.
Oh, okay. Wow. So 11 of you, one has passed, and how many grandchildren and great grandchildren?
Oh, for me or daddy and mommy?
For daddy and mommy.
That's too much to count, Cliff. Honestly, we never did. We need we need to get the people who statisticians to come and help us.
Oh, from Statin, the census takers.
No for them.
Oh,
Uncle Bert.
Yes. Well, I want to say to you, Bert, and to the extended family of the Samuels, yes, all the best. And please enjoy the moment and stay safe.
Right, and Cliff, continue to cover the news and continue to work. I'll continue to work with you and give you it in breaking time. I promise you that.
Yes. That is always necessary.
Yes, my brother. All the best.
All right. Take care. Good. Well. Nora, I don't know how you're going to manage with Papa Nana, and Cleveland and all of them, Carl and whatever, because this was to have been their show. And come talk. Because Papa Nana, yes, Nora,
Papa Nana, Cleveland, and all the other listeners, I must have you know, you are on the schedule. But one Cliff Hughes could not resist, could not help himself but to dig for news and spend a very long time with the guests we had planned. And so that is why we did not have Papa Nana and Cliff and the others. Because Cliff Hughes could not help himself.
You gave me guests such as Favor Williams.
And before
DPP.
You go any further, you were to allow them to give their Christmas greetings and let them go.
That was it?
That was it.
With a Favor Williams.
Those were the instructions. It's Christmas.
A Robert Morgan,
absolutely.
a Christoph a Damian Crawford.
Absolutely.
You're mad.
Okay. Oh, there you go, Papa Nana. There you go, Papa Nana and Cleveland and all the others.
I'm sure Papa Nana, Cleveland, who are the others? Alric, Carl, Billboard, all of you. Yes? Your time will come, but you can't give me them the news-making people and expect me just to talk about what you have for the Christmas menu. Eh? No, me can't. That is impossible. So what? Tomorrow, Tyrone Reed, the party pooper, will be here, according to Honeybee. Tyrone will be here tomorrow to end the year. We're going to take a break until Tuesday, January 2. Yeah, my birthday. I'm not sure I'm coming here on the 2nd of January. I'm not sure. Yeah? Yeah? So, I want to say, but to all of you all of you throughout the year, thank you so much. You have been with us, as I said, like soldiers, troopers, yeah? We've had our difficult moments, we've had our glorious moments, or good moments, or sad moments. But right throughout the year, what keeps us going, what keeps me coming here every morning and doing this show is first. This is about our country, our beloved Jamaica. Yeah? Our beloved Jamaica. This is a country worth fighting for, you know? And the Jamaican people are just amazing, amazing people, all of you, yeah? Even when we disagree, yeah? And that to me is my motivation. They don't pay me well here, yeah? But my motivation, my pay is to come here and to interact with you or callers or listeners or people, even when you disagree with me. Yeah? In fact, those of you who disagree with me, you provoke me. Yes? That is how I'm stimulated. Yeah? The challenge. Yeah? So thank you all for a wonderful companionship. A good year. Tough year, but a good year. And I really want you to stay safe. Stay safe. I don't want to lose any of you on the roads. And make sure you find some time to relax, recharge, and reflect. Recommit that 2024 is just another leg in this journey of life. I leave you with my favorite, Celine Dion.
And so happy Christmas. We hope you have fun. The near and the dear ones, the old and the young. A very, very Christmas. A very, very Christmas. And a happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one. So good, so good one, without anything. And so this is Christmas. And what have we done? Another year over. A new one just begun.
Hi, I'm Laurie Gale. Thanks for joining me, and season's greetings from Oasis as we offer a drink befitting the season. Do enjoy and be blessed.